Oh, SpaghettiOs. This is gonna be garbage. Anyway, yes. Hello, and good evening, and hi. Lozzie is in the chat, but for some reason OBS isn't letting you see that. Anyway, yes, do give me a hot second to tweet out the stream. Not that anyone cares. No one ever watches my streams, and that's okay, I guess. Okay, so I'm just going to tweet out the stream, and I see the kids write jokes Twitter. Why did the tiger throw up on the couch? Because he was sick! 10 out of 10 would joke again. Okay, so that being done, I know a certain someone will be very excited for me to plunge myself amongst a Discord situation, so I will sort that, and, yeah. I have no idea what to expect. Well, that's not entirely true. I've seen Sonic Forces before. I've never played it myself. I own it on both Steam and on Switch, because I bought it on Steam first, and then when I bought my Switch, it was one of the games that came with it. So, as I said in the title of this stream on twitch.tv/Tessellating Hexagons, this could only go well. I'm sure. Now, on the plus side, while I get into the universe, and people can let me know if the audio is 50 Shades of Funky or not, I know there's something in there that involves character creation, so that'll give us a fairly smooth start to things, I would hope. Some features are not available without a network connection, like a will to live ? Wow. 10 out of 10 title screen. Look at the budget on this title screen. It sure is just a static fucking image. Who would have thought that this is from 20-something teen at all? Like, any teen, every enema. Okay, so, well, first of all, I do like to, I do like to check what's in the options, and, like, should I go for hard? I don't care about rank and best time, I'm just here to play for fun. Well, it is my first time playing it, I guess. And then I'd like to keep it in a language that I am fluent in, if that can be helped. Now, I don't know if the audio is terrible. It looks okay to me, but I have no one to either confirm or deny. So, fuck it, let's... Oh, it's in that sense. Oh, well then, I've played a Sonic game before. Less so the more modern ones in the series, but, you know, I think Adventure 2 was kind of the peak, but, you know, it's whatever. Thank you, Carrick, and also good to see you again. It's been a hot while. But, hi, that's not meant to be a criticism, that's just...
Sonic, how I...
Wow, top quality writing already.
That loathing has been focused into this invincible instrument of destruction. Every defeat, every humiliation at the Hedgehog's hands will be returned 1,000-fold by my unstoppable creation. This is my dream come true. With this invention, I can expand the Eggman Empire across the globe and conquer the world!
The boss means business this time.
Lozzie, you know me too well. Oh, good. We're just getting right on in there with stage uno. You know, uno. Okay, we certainly are in the game. Thank you. I am familiar with this concept.
Sonic, Eggman's forces are surging into the city. We need you here now.
Hold on, Tails. I'm on my way.
Okay, that sure was just a sequence of very minimal gameplay. Okay, but how do I jump though?
We don't have time to lose. Better kick things up a notch.
Hooray, Wisps, thank you, game. Wisps that didn't really need to be in this game. Like, I may be of the opinion that Wisps should probably have just stayed in Sonic Colors.
Man, look at the
Just throwing that
size
one
of
out there.
thing. I guess all kinds of things show up when your neighborhood turns into a desert. Cleanup's gonna be a chore.
God, I am feeling feelings already. Like this is not the, oh, there's red rings. Oh, okay. Okay, so double jump physics. See, I don't know how to feel, but I am certainly feeling feelings.
There's sand everywhere. Green Hill's looking a lot more like Sand Hill.
Ah, he said the thing. He said the thing, folks. They recognized another game in the franchise's history.
This place is a wreck. Thanks, Eggman. One of my favorite spots is all ruined.
I am personally sort of the opinion that
This is it for Green Hill, so the city
The-
must be close. Let's get ready for some
the modern gameplay style, I'm not a fan of, personally. Like, I feel like, you know, as I said, Adventure and Adventure 2 kind of had it best. Because I don't like, as of like Colors and Unleashed and whatever, it's just, you tap forward a little bit and he's just noom straight forward, but that velocity isn't preserved in left and right movement, and it doesn't feel 3D, but then again, I guess it's not 3D. Also, this game is just such edgelord fanfiction.
Is everyone okay?
We are thanks to you. Cutting it kind of close though, pal.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I roll. Okay, let's finish this, Eggman.
It will be your finish, Sonic. Behold the power of my ultimate
Fairly
masterpiece.
standard quality writing there.
Huh? Shadow, it's you?
You know, that fan favorite character that everyone was clamoring to bring back.
Chaos?
Whoa, this guy is faster than Sonic.
Whoa.
No, wait, it's something else. Gotta scan him and figure this out.
Sweet and juicy exposition. Like on par with As You Know in like story writing.
What are you? How are you doing? Go!
Nice.
Tails? I need to know what's going on with this guy.
I'm trying, Sonic, but these readings are all messed up. They don't make any sense.
Shadow is edgelord baby and we stand.
Running out of time here, Tails.
Sonic!
So, yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces of the IDW comics, but they do seem very, like, interesting and like what the games should really be doing in terms of plot heavitude. But no, they have to keep it as emotionless as possible.
Eggman's army is unstoppable. Without Sonic, the people are losing hope and giving into despair.
Despair is a luxury we don't have.
I still dream that Sonic is with us. Do you think he might be...
I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist. Sonic is gone, Amy, and Tails has just lost it. If we're going to win, we have to do it without them.
Silver's right. We've been hoping for a miracle these past 6 months, but I'm afraid we have to make our own miracle.
Eggman's army has everyone terrified. If we want the people to rally, we have to show them that strength doesn't just come from numbers.
Not everyone is terrified. Isn't a new recruit joining us today?
Yes, a survivor from the city, right?
I'm accessing the file now.
Despair! So, yeah. Was this before or after they changed Silver's voice actor to either literally be Nagito or the one that sounds like Nagito? Because either way... Also, what is Silver doing in the present day? Question mark? I mean, I know I've not been, like, hot up on my Sonic lore for a while. I've never played Rivals or Rivals 2, which is why I've never understood why people ship him with Espio, but whatever. But I have feelings about the story. First of all, yeah, male presenting. Right. Okay, I know that each of the species has, like, an ability, and I will be making my judgments based on ability-wise. Okay. It's very tempting to just straight-up play as Gadget, because Gadget is baby, but, rabbit, tempting. Wire. I don't know what that is yet. I'm gonna have to be a basic bitch and go with cat. That looks too much like a pug, so, yes, type 1 it is. We get to pick a colour. Specifically skin colour. They've given too much in the way of free reign here. I could go full OC here, but, like, time and a place. What would look best? I'm gonna go with brown. Oh. Okay. Exactly so. Mew indeed. So, okay, type 3 so far. That's just shadow. That's, amongst other things, mimic the octopus and also several of the Babylon rogues. So, good to know you could just steal people's eyes in this game, but yeah, half-lidded, that seems about right. And body color. At last, we can pick and color. See, at this point, I'm inclined to sort of go towards, like, try to look as much like my persona as possible, which I feel like most people would do. But then again, there's other colors on the board, so, like, what? How best do I furry? How do I furry the video game? If you could be any color, why not be green? Or, like, sad chartreuse. I'll go with green. If you could be any color, why not be green? I can't actually hear what these options are. That's just Link from Legend of Zelda. Yeah, I was right to go with type 2. Okay. We're getting there, folks. And... wow, okay, so this game has sexist motions. That is adorable. That's just a flex? Okay, I'm feeling type 4 so far. I'm much too entertained by this. I had a feeling this would end up happening. But I'm getting so distracted by all of the options. Why would you applaud yourself, you narcissist? And that's just using a Fire-type Z move from Pokemon Gen 7. So I'm... yeah, Gen 4, Type 4, that certainly is me. Great. So at some point I'll get into my thoughts about the story of this game, but for the moment...
Knuckles, what's the sit rep, Commander?
Happy to see you're all still alive. Eggman's forces have chewed through our defenses.
Who goes there?
Hill. The resistance in the city is reporting
Hello.
that whatever it is that finished Sonk.
It's
Sorry,
me. How are you?
used to say,
I
whatever it is has got them
exist
running
now.
in fear.
You do
Except
exist.
this
I see you
kid
exist
who survived
in
the battle
a
and made it here in one piece.
sonic capacity.
Recruit.
Yeah. I'm green now. That's my attack.
Doesn't look like much.
Neither do you, Charm. But I
Hello.
managed to find a use for your
Hello.
butt. Here,
Everyone is
take
here.
this. We're
Well,
depending on you.
Several people are here.
Okay, let's get going, everybody.
Yes.
The world's not gonna
It's
save
all
itself.
5 of us.
Yeah. It's just that Joth counts as 3 people because they are they are the clever one.
Oh, I don't know. I think I can do a really good impression of Heather if I just talk like this for the rest of the stream.
Heather, get on here and prove us wrong. Oh my god, a tutorial for how to world map. I'm having
Oh my god, really?
I'm having a
Is
lot of fun.
Is it anything more than just, like, moving?
Press map to map.
Like, you could just have the X return to menu or whatever as, like, an icon on screen. It doesn't have to have a tutorial.
Oh, Sega, what has happened to you? And also, Carrick, don't worry, the chat thing appeared to function correctly, so hi, also thank you for being here. So...
Woohoo!
Yes.
I just received some incredible news.
Oh my god, a
Sonic
Sonic game and Sonic's not actually dead. Who would have thought? I never would have seen that coming.
I
not?
know.
Way. That's excellent.
What? Oh, thank
It's
goodness.
almost like I've played this game before.
You have?
Yes, I have.
He's captured in the orbiting
I
prison.
think I've like seen a chunk of it played, but I don't remember a whole lot about what's going on, so...
That's basically my experience with this game as well.
Granted, my experience with this game is playing it on the PlayStation 4 because Billy G got it for the PlayStation 4. So we pretty much took it in turns doing levels and stuff. So me and him practically had to agree on a character, so that's fun.
Come on, guys.
No, like multiple profiles?
Style jailbreak.
I don't think so.
Wow.
At
You're
least
gonna-
not on.
You're gonna
At least
be
not
you.
on. At least not in the PlayStation version, anyway.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hi, I'm also
Got
here.
some fun tubes.
Hi,
also here.
Tess is here. Goth is here, and Lozzie went for a house viewing today.
How was it? Was it 12?
Close.
Who how close to what? Dare I ask?
Well,
No, you asked if it was 12, and like, I'm not going to like give out my address, but
Oh, so it's a number, possibly.
yeah.
So I just have a flamethrower now? Okay.
congratulations.
Why the house not?
I mean, why not?
Why not? Said Ricky Gervais to a pair of glasses that let you live wherever you want to live.
It's everybody's favorite quantity of fire. A lot.
Looks like only fire lives here now.
Now I'm going to steal some things. Now I'm going to burn some things. Now I'm going to burn
Steal-
some stolen things, and now I'm going to steal some burning things.
Gotta go arson.
Yes.
To go ask. Yes. Yeah.
What just happened?
Agriculture.
Oh, lesbians!
Oh yeah.
Okay, that went well. So yeah, I was saying before, and I stand by this, I don't think the Wisps should have come out of Sonic Colors. They were fine as a one-off thing, and then they just sort of kept them like, nah, that wasn't necessary. I've already forgotten the controls, so things are going great.
Everyone sang and danced and ate,
Except for
especially
Tess.
Tess.
What did they
Tess
eat?
just. Well, it certainly wasn't breadsticks because Tess monopolized them all.
I do that. I'd be out here monopolizing breadsticks. Good start! I tried to go
No, I
to the
thought we-
left, and the game's like, you can't go to the left.
A Monopoly. I thought you weren't playing Pokemon Sword Shield anymore.
Yes.
But
Not me just
That
running
game
straight
has
into it.
capitalism in it.
Oh. Oh my god, you're right!
All quiet at the launch pad for now. Grab a
How
shuttle
quickly you
before they
forget.
sound the alert.
How indeed. How quickly do I forget?
Well,
very quickly, evidently.
Many things.
Thank you, Paul Hollywood.
You're welcome. Well, I'm just gonna spam the flamethrower because there's apparently no penalty for doing that.
all
So yeah, I don't like the modern Sonic sort of thing of like excess storytelling within the levels. Like, it's fine. I just don't like the fact that they overdo it these days. And like I don't like the physics of it where like forwards is like if you tilt forwards, you go very forwards. If you tilt back, you slow down a tiny bit. If you go left and right, good fucking luck. It doesn't feel like 3D movement. I don't like anything about it. And here I am playing the game, and okay.
Does left and right make you like slide, or does it switch tracks? Because I know in some Sonic games it like just switches you between 3 tracks of movement, but is this just like kind of making you slide?
I think it's kind of the worst of both.
That's no good.
Yeah, my prevailing sort of feeling. Good. I can finally customize my like you. You specifically have to steal a spacecraft in order to wear makeup. I'm sorry, it's canon.
Fair enough, I guess.
Well, that's where they keep all the makeup.
Yeah, in space.
On that specific craft. You have to steal it.
Oh my god, this game predicted coconut cake.
What?
You know, the coconut cake crisis. You know the one.
Huh?
What?
You know, the reason why people have to stay at home these days because of the coconut cake crisis?
Oh, I see on the screen now. I was late to...
Oh, okay. I'm with you now.
I don't get any bodysuits because I'm not girl enough.
That's what, yeah, don't you know? Only girl can have
I can't
pants.
Yeah, I can't wear pants. Just
Yeah.
wear a shirt certainly, but other than that, it's dongs out hours.
I love this Chaos Emerald shirt. Hey Sonic, big fan. What animal is this?
Allegedly a cat.
Oh. Interesting ears.
Because I'm trash.
It looks like an Australian animal.
Cats, native and exclusive to Australia. Oh my god, it's Best Boy!
That should have done it. I couldn't
Which
figure it
Best
out
Boy?
for you, buddy.
The orange one.
Wasn't smart enough.
Hell.
Ah,
Whoa,
there he
Chaos!
is.
Sonic, help me!
Second best boy, in my opinion.
There are people who ship the 2 Best Boys. I'm not sure why, but you could do a lot worse.
You're alive! Wait,
Huh?
what?
Huh?
Oh.
So anyway, really lazy writing here, but this scene right here
Right, that makes sense.
really,
I think. Do you know how you got here?
this sort of is the main basis of my theory that this entire game doesn't really happen. It's fan fiction written by
Everything
Tails.
happens for a reason, right? You need to save the world. Maybe that's why you're here. To help save the world.
Because
Either way, it's still good to
think
see
about it.
you,
Like,
Sonic.
oh no,
It's good to see any
Eggman
Sonic.
destroyed the world, and Tails just happens to be there when Sonic shows up to get beaten up by Infinite and Co. Except the Co is also Infinite. And then Tails is like, oh my god, I'm gonna die because of Chaos. I sure hope that Chaos doesn't step on me. Ooh! And then, oh Sonic, help me! And then classic Sonic turns up for reasons.
Enemies could be lying.
Like, oh, yeah, you're that Sonic from another dimension, i.e.
Eggman has some
my Sonic Sonar. Classic Sonic is modern Tails is Sonic Sonar.
Yes, and I am not my own human Sona.
So, almost like a self-insert fanfic, but not.
It's like double self-insert because Tails is right there. But also, I saw I saw a thing on Tumblr that made a really good point as well. That like in one of the earlier cutscenes, there's specifically like the Sonic series on the whole doesn't really do the whole like it's one of those series that doesn't mention death.
They've made a total mess of
And
this place.
yeah, they're fairly like explicit-ish about like, oh, Sonic doesn't exist anymore, and oh, well, Tails has just lost it. Which, first of all, like that's just like we see no evidence of this. He's just gone off on his own. But I know he has a line somewhere. I don't know if we've already passed it or if it's yet to happen or what. But like, there's some like specific thing where Tails says something that isn't in the usual sort of established, codified, these are our designated euphemisms for death. Like, he straight up says he wants to murder Eggman. Like, he doesn't say that, but That's the gist of it, because he doesn't euphemize it in any
That's
way.
like never present in other games?
They're never quite that explicit about it. And the fact that this whole story is kind of like Tails has nothing to do with anything, but he's kind of having his own sort of coming-of-age story in the background here. It really does feel like he's... Oh good, we got a bag. Oh my god, we got boots! Sorry, I'm getting distracted by everything, so I'm playing and video game. Yeah, like they've even retconned Generations to be like, oh no, it's not the past, it's another dimension. And the lazy way that this game jumps about with the timeline as well, like, I want to say, it's deliberate because it's just Tails writing. Like...
Tails is just baby, be nice about his fanfiction.
Yes, we should support the young Ab in his creative writing endeavors.
Yeah, we destroy cringe culture, even if this game is cringe culture embodied. And like, I will defend the Sonic series, it's just... How did we get here?
Well... Not at this point in time.
It's about time. How's Sonic doing?
At this point in time, or at this point in the Sonic series where everything is just fanfiction?
Yes.
Soon Moo won another bronze medal at the Olympics. It's the year of Soon Moo. We stan.
Yes, so... For the uninitiated, San Marino have won their first, second, and third Olympic medals ever this year, and I'm really happy about that. 2 bronzes and a silver.
Dang, nice.
And bearing in mind, I think they sent 5 athletes across 4 different disciplines, so that's like a batting average of 75% or something, so like, good for you, Sunmu! They're the smallest country to have ever received a medal.
Oh, dang, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is another detail. Oh my god, they're totally torturing Sonic, so he definitely won't come back stronger for having survived it. Ooh woo.
Ooh woo. Ooh woo.
Eggman got wind of our rescue plan and is moving forward with his plan.
And one of the other things that I pointed out, like, before anyone joined the call is like, why is Silver here in the present day? Because, you know, the whole sort of dimensions and timeline things, nothing matters anymore. And so clearly, again, this is just Tails ships Espio and Silver after the events of Sonic Rivals or Sonic Rivals 2, I don't know, I never played them, and that's why Silver is just here, we don't question it.
This is definitely like I'm definitely not as familiar with Sonic games tones, but it feels like a weird tonal thing to have Eggman do torture.
Yeah. You're right. Oh, that was some brilliant facial animation there. 10 out of 10. And Vector is a very good boy, but, I mean, you're doing the boy dirty like this game.
None of this is good, Vector.
Eggman is, I would say, like, more evil than Team Rocket, but still like a cartoon villain, is my understanding.
Yeah.
More evil than specifically the Team Rocket trio. He might be more on par with Team Rocket headquarters.
More on par. Because sometimes you win, sometimes you're dumb.
More on par is when you're bad at golf.
Ah! Boots!
But are they kinky boots, though, Tess?
Well,
okay.
I'm wearing a bodysuit now, so at least we can finally cover Dong when going to space.
You wouldn't want to get that frozen.
I need that for, wait, actually no, I don't need that for anything, do I? Now what the hell's this mission screen all about? Oh, it's achievements!
Yeah!
Game, why are you telling me to press X to X? And that there is a mission to change your gloves.
In order to press X, locate the X button, press it.
More on par, the unfavorable cousin of the Incredibles. Well played, Carrick, well played.
Oh yeah, I forgot their surname was Pa.
Because, like, they're average, they're normal, they're Pa.
Oh, dang, I never
Potato.
noticed that.
You mean to tell me you also never noticed the name of the island?
Listen up, rookie.
In the Incredibles, not just, like, you know, the island.
I don't remember what the name of the island was.
No Man is an Island. Hey, come on, Hammer.
What was it?
No Man is an Island. Is the name of the island.
Oh.
I've seen that film exactly once, and I already know.
That's great. I've seen it a few times. I like The Incredibles. But
Yeah. He's in The Incredibles 2, though.
Nope,
yes.
I have not. Yay! I jumped, but I foresaw too soon. Well,
Fair enough.
okay. What if though? Right, because that put me back at the start of the level. What if I just quit and start again, and then my rank won't be affected? Smart times. Stonks.
That's what they say in Animal Crossing. If you can't do it, quit.
Good advice.
Stonks.
Actually, have you ever seen the there's this listing of all of the billboard messages, like the tip of the day or tip of the week or something, messages in Wild World.
Have they photoshopped in like a really unreasonable one, like, hey?
No, there's no photoshopping. I'm talking about the real thing.
So no one's done like a hypothetical. Okay, so make sure to water your mother on Mother's Day, and then pay your debts, or we will bust your kneecaps. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
There's stuff that's like vaguely similar. That's,
Yeah.
there's stuff that's like totally. I gotta find this page. What's this page called again?
Sonic is probably there too. Security is tight, so stay on your toes.
I also want to believe that this game being Tails' fanfiction, that's why some of the voice actors just don't really sound 100%. Like, Rouge doesn't sound right, Vector doesn't sound right. Maybe it's just because they've changed, like, voice actors over the years and I've just not been keeping up. But some of them just sound, like, not great. And I'd like to think that it's, like, Tails has just got other people to do the voice acting because the actual characters are like, no, this fanfiction is dumb.
Looks like this place was used up until recently.
The message board has things like, tired of studying? Stop. Then go work as a carny.
Is this actual advice? Bad advice, Panda?
It's stuff that appears on the Animal Crossing Wild World.
Oh, Wild
bulletin
World,
board.
that's why. I was expecting it to be
Yes.
like, you know, like
Not the
Nintendo.
recent ones.
Nintendo trying to be all like 2010s in what the fuck is it called? New Horizons. Oh,
Yeah.
this level is really dark and I can barely see on my screen.
Home is where the heart is. Home is the rib cage.
But yeah, thinking like, oh, it would be totes Leety McPoggers if you wore a face mask every time you order food online, #balls, and that's Nintendo trying to be 2010s in 2020.
No. Don't think they have those little notice boards in New Horizons anymore.
Yeah, I don't
Like
think
the-
they actually put up automatic ones, or unless it's for like an announcement.
Yeah.
I could be Guigi! I got the Guigi bodysuit! We could turn this into
Okay.
Luigi's Mansion 3!
Oh, excellent. We'd love to see it.
Ah, good, a boss. I feel completely prepared for that.
Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Give a fish a man, and he'll eat for weeks.
Good advice. Oh! I didn't think it meant it quite that literally!
What?
You'll probably see on the stream in a moment.
Okay.
Now you're shiny.
Yeah, just turn into turn into goo. Goo.
It's
for
soup.
used.
It's soup.
This is the end, Sonic.
Oh, hey, sounds like the party started. Going in? No? Of course not. You hit. Whoa. Wow. The end. Let's see.
Imagine building a prison internment camp and all of your handcuffs are completely digital.
Come and face the inevitable.
Oh, you know.
The only thing inevitable here is my foot kicking your butt.
Now, don't get me wrong, Zavok is a little bit daddy, but, like, he did not, much like the Wisps, he did not need to be in this game, even for the fan service, which further lends credence to this being fanfiction. Hey, Hexagons, I'm those.
Oh, hi.
I mean, the whole game seems like it's just having fun, mostly.
Yeah, basically. It seems like a fan game.
Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. Oh no! There's lasers! And clocks, and guns, and Jesus!
Jesus!
So yeah, I was holding to the left, and Sonic just ran to the right.
That's pretty bad.
I was literally about to say, if this is ostensibly 3D movement, it doesn't feel like it.
I can't wait to see how long you
That's
last
very
in this.
weird.
And it seems a little bit can't make up its mind whether I can homing attack or not, which is helpful. Oh, I forgot about the laser already. Can I fight back yet? Can I game? Can the game be played? Oh, what are you doing? What are you planning? What are you planning? Zetty Daddy. Okay, that sure was a cinematic camera angle. What the fuck did you want me to do?
And other sentences I don't ever want to hear Tess saying again. Zetty Daddy.
I mean, he is. I mean, let's not mince beef.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I disagree, sir.
I didn't want to agree with people who believe this way, but here we am. See, again, like, I feel like that's quite clearly meant to be the moment you're supposed to, like, rise up and counterattack, and I don't see how it wants me to do that. Like, maybe I'm being dumb. Maybe it's just, hey, just jump up and enter the bungus, but, like, it's not obvious.
Yeah, it's not really obvious, and that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Like, the camera zooms in. How am I supposed to, like, get myself to him when that happens? Like, am I doing a dumb? Because, like, the game is currently sort of doing that. Okay, I just lost ring for some reason. You know that thing where the game is like, hey, moron, I've done everything I can. This is all on you now. That's how this feels at the moment. And I okay.
You tried double jumping.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've played this. So
it zooms in on the thing's face. And like, oh, hey, you certainly did just pound the ground. Well, I've been jumping so as not to be thrown off by the shockwave. What the fuck do you want me to do? What do I do? Heather, you said you'd join the stream. What the fuck do I do? So we've been here for about 3 minutes. Good design.
Death Queen will attempt to smash into the arena with its stinger to attack Sonic. When the robot does this, Sonic must move out of the way while standing on the floor to be launched upward into the air. And from there he can strike Zavok with a barrage of homing attacks.
What the fuck? Okay, no, I'm quitting and starting the boss over again. That is such shit design! Any other boss out there is like, oh, you can clearly see it's gonna come in and, like, pound the ground, so if you're on the ground, you're gonna be knocked onto your ass.
This is the
But this is like, oh no, you want to be knocked on your ass. Like, that's backwards! That is in no way indicated! That's terrible!
Oh, Oh, have you been like jumping when it hits the ground?
Yeah, because that's common fucking
Gotcha.
sense.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, like anything that is obviously intended to be like some sort of quake attack, you don't want to be on the ground when that happens because you'll be thrown off. And this game is like, hey, common sense, we don't know her. That's bad.
Think creatively.
Or better yet,
Just
don't think at all.
Got to start thinking creatively. So take a look at my hair. I use my hair to express myself.
That sounds really boring.
I use my hair to express myself. I don't know anymore.
Time is a tool you can put on the wall or wear it on your wrist. The past is far behind
Past
us.
is far behind us.
The future doesn't exist.
Ooh, hello!
I'm here. Hi.
You're late and this boss is terrible.
Just this boss? Okay, if you say so.
This
Wait,
boss
wait.
so far.
I'm gonna fulfill my promise to stay positive. I don't wanna make everything sound insanely negative for the rest of this playthrough. But
This game
seen the
is
worst of
insanely
it.
negative.
I just don't want to be the one contributing that because
The game does plenty by
if I really
itself.
went off, I could.
Just the design ethos of this is just bass backwards.
The boss or the game?
Yes, but specifically in this instance, the boss.
Oh, I love how terrible it is. The remix is good though. I actually really like the song.
Lucky for me, I can't fucking hear it. Hey,
Sure, Heather will send you the soundtrack later.
oh, probably. And hey, it happened again. Well, not specifically the time that I was holding left, and so Sonk decided to run right and fall into his death. Into his death. That
I don't
happened.
think you need to push the jump button when the bee comes down.
No, you need to not push the jump button, despite it being common fucking sense to do so.
Yep, there
Like,
we go.
Oh, a quake attack. You don't want to have your bunguses blampoed.
I'm really sad they didn't have anything where like Zavik would come down and you'd hear a in the background because you know that was a wisp for a while for one whole game and then only came back very recently.
How could he lose to the likes of you?
How could the likes of you justify being in this game?
I cannot be denied by a filthy rat.
How could I be defeated by someone so hindered by these game mechanics?
Your homing attack doesn't even work right in this game. Yes.
You have to defeat the first boss in order to be Jewish.
What? What?
This game is asking too much of me.
Tess. But you did defeat the first boss. Congratulations, Mazel Tov.
Yeah, I've earned the right to be Jewish. Because one of the wardrobe items looks like a yarmulke, I think it's called, the Jewish skull cap.
Yamaka.
Tess.
What?
Proud of you.
Sound again.
Why?
Enora Brenna!
Whoa, it's not time for thinking.
I think that was I think I just tried to say congratulations in Spanish, but
And you
failed
did.
epically.
You succeeded.
Oh.
You succeeded normally.
Congratulations, he's freaking dead.
Not just dead, eviscerated. He disappeared. Not that we ever saw what happened to him before, but like still.
He's vaporized.
It's just a normal occurrence, you know.
You know when you're, when you like.
Oh,
you
it's
know
a
when you
bandana.
vaporize? That feel when you vaporize?
Every
TFW.
Tuesday, trust me.
What happens on a Tuesday, Heather?
Vaporization, apparently.
Hey, you just you know, Tuesday, vaporization Tuesday.
Monday you
participate?
vape, Tuesday you vaporize. It's rather simple.
I have to
I'm guessing we don't
choose.
have this in our...
Now,
I can't have both. I have to choose between the swanky t-shirt, spraining my left thigh just by crossing my legs, and a bow tie.
the
Game
real
was so
problem when
cool.
420 falls on a Tuesday, and that is such a very fun outfit that you have.
That
This
is
looks like
cute.
underwear.
Well,
I like those gloves.
Thank you. That they are needlessly edgy.
I like
Fantastic. I'm
spiky
glad you're
gloves.
coming out with this. My trouble was, I realized like almost immediately, if you pick a girl, they have to have an undersuit of some kind. For some reason, unless you get the paint splatter item, then it disappears. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Why do you need pants on a girl? Has Sonic required pants on girls in general?
Depends on how you interpret certain character designs, because it's not like Blaze the Cat ever looked like she was wearing pants.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I guess Amy has the dress and everything. That's so weird.
Which, like,
Rouge has the spy outfit, and Shade from Sonic Chronicles has a bunch of stuff. She's got like some kind of skin suit or something. I don't know.
The implication.
You're right. The homing attack doesn't work.
The implication that some characters have nothing to hide and some characters do.
It's a concerning issue because the moment they put Rosie the Rascal in an outfit in Sonic CD, they sealed their fate for the rest of the series. It's really bad. Also, Tess, you're finally understanding why I hate the controls in this game. I'm so proud of you.
I already hated them before we even started because as I've sputtered to mention the whole time because I can't get the words out, I don't like that the modern Sonic school of there are 4 directions, but forward is the only one that matters.
Yeah, when there's really more like... I mean, the older games didn't have four directions. They had, what is it?
2?
However many the controller can input.
You know, if it's only 4 directions, then it's not 3D, it's 2D.
Level design! Okay, no, fuck it. Once again, restarting the whole level because the checkpoints are that far enough apart that nothing is lost if I do this.
Isn't it amazing? What is the longest stage you've come across so far?
Undefined.
Oh boy.
Like, the level design is just fucked up in this.
Yep. There is... I have a big old rant that I can't get into yet because you're still technically near the beginning of the game, so I can't really get into the one thing I consider redeeming about this game. But there is one redeeming factor. Not that you'll ever play it on a first playthrough, but there is one redeeming factor to this game.
I find that difficult to believe.
I'm not surprised.
You can tell me about it later, Heather.
Oh.
Absolutely. I'll fit it into one of these streams, trust me. But yeah, I will ramble about it for hours if you let me.
Bold of you to assume there'll be more than one stream of it.
Well, actually, that's fair. You might beat it in one. How long are you planning on going for? Because people would beat this game in 3 hours? Like...
Wasn't there someone who beat it in like half an hour and then like sent it back to Steam for a refund immediately after doing so?
Steam has a rule that you need to, I forget how long it is, but
I want to say
it's 24 hours.
I think you have to have played it for 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, if you play it for more than 2 hours, then...
Why did those go through the solid object I was standing behind?
So some asshat decided that they would specifically only play, like, they would speedrun their way to the credits, call the game shit, and then just return the game because it took less than the refund limit to turn it back in to beat the game. Basically, he was first time speedrunning it and then called the game terrible and then made money off of it and then got it back for free. I don't want to say that a game's length matters, but like that's just embarrassing on everyone's part.
Like, I don't like the attitude behind that. But, like, there are worse games to do that to than this.
True.
Also...
Real quick, well, go ahead.
Everything's dark and I can't fucking see. So I was just sort of... I was stuck in a corner there, and the game's like, hey, you need to react. What am I reacting to? I can't fucking see. Oh, that was not obvious at all. Like, I know there was a prompt on screen saying jump and then jump again. I didn't even see that for a hot couple of seconds there.
I can at least tell you why those appear to go through a solid object. Although the animation probably should have been faster in this case, but like one of them destroyed the box and the other ones went through the empty space, through the destroyed box.
Fair.
Oh, because it's 3 at once. Yeah.
I hate you. Yeah. bonk.
There's a word for that. I don't remember what it is, but some kind of buffering thing that if two attacks hit a thing close enough together, then they shouldn't. The second one shouldn't.
I mean, it was
through, but...
3 of them though. There's 3 of them.
Also,
it's Sonic.com.
This seems fucked up. That like, hey, do this free-to-play daily mission thing, and we'll just quietly boost your scores and levels that have nothing to do with those daily missions.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, okay, all my praise for the score is kind of out the door because of that.
Free to play as opposed to?
like the mobile games that are free to download and free to play, but then you have to pay for the rest of the stuff in the game, as opposed to just paying a lump sum at the beginning. And then those grindy RPG, EXP grinder type feelings of like, well, just fight 20 more enemies because you can. Stuff started bleeding into console games, and Sonic has been trying to do that in every single game since Lost World. So,
oh no, I don't like grinding.
Oh, it's one of those things where like progress isn't halted. It just feels like the accomplishments aren't your own if the story gives you a bonus because you collected over 100 rings completing the level. Something you're gonna do anyway.
Gotcha.
Your concern is touching, Knuckles.
Ah, we really need to get a move on, says Sonic, barely even breaking a leisurely stroll towards whatever the hell we're doing now. Like, I don't know, why is this Star Wars now?
This game was originally called Sonic Wars in development, so...
Good.
Maybe it should have stayed there.
When I first booted up the game on PC, the file name, like when the executable showed up, and the window said Sonic Wars in all caps for 3 seconds before sort of glitching out and turning into Sonic Forces. Yes! It was so cool! I made a whole joke out of it in my LP at this game that, like, yeah, it's just Sonic Wars.
Sonic Wars.
That also means that the plot should be very familiar to Star Wars original trilogy fans. And I hate it.
I've never actually seen a Star Wars. I don't have any interest in it whatsoever, so I've never seen any of the films.
You're not missing anything, Tess.
Oh, I'm aware.
Don't worry. Star Wars did invent the word force, so it's still.
Yeah, I was gonna say, use the forces was like the next thing on my mind the moment I realized that's why they named it that. Oh no.
Because it's cold in space.
There's a lot of stuff like that about this game, like the fact that the first 2 years of development you weren't creating your own original character, you were playing as Boom Sonic for the third playable character. That's Sonic Boom. The video games that flopped and the TV series that was alright.
The TV series is fun.
It's fun, it's just not Sonic, so, you know, I have my complaints, but it was fine enough, and so their original thought was, I know, since this TV series is going to be a success, and the game that the TV series is trying to sell is definitely going to sell well, we should get, Boom Sonic in here as the third character. So all the promotional material for Sonic's 25th anniversary had all 3 different Sonics right next to each other. And Boom Sonic in the game has a big laser whip called the Enter Beam. And the Enter Beam allows him to latch onto shit and pull enemy shields off and a bunch of other stuff.
Separate thing, I was really hoping I could just have the Dragon Scales as a bodysuit, but it replaces my entire head, so no. Carry on.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I'm sorry, real quick. When you were saying this is a very silly thing, but when you were saying like Sonic 25th anniversary, I was hearing like I heard like Sonic 20, and I started, and my brain was very ready to hear something like Sonic's 20 through 30 or something like that. I was like,
well, he is accurately, well, no, he is 30 now, so he's no longer 20 through 30.
Sonic
and
20 Blaze it.
Way more than 30 games, so.
Sonic 30 under 30 Media Luminary.
Oh, you can't go scaly, Tess. I'm sorry.
Disappointed!
That's okay. Tess is a furry.
So, yeah, the reason why...
Scalies are hot.
Why they gave... the reason they gave... the reason they gave you a grappling hook to navigate the levels is because Boom Sonic was originally using his Enter Beam. That's
originally using an enema.
If you use the Lightning Wisp gun, you can use a Laser Wisp. That is the original intent, was that you would use the Laser Wisp as just part of the Enerbeam's attacking patterns. And then they added all the other kind of wisp spawns when they realized that the game was so stiff it didn't really matter what they cycled out. Also, yeah, the controls of this game are don't get me started.
Yeah. I mean, wait, did you play?
Do you have
Sonic
to
Forces
hold
on
down the button to do the fucking electric wisp thing?
No, you can hold it.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Do you have to? Like, Jesus, suffering,
Hold the button?
fuck!
Yes. Yes, you do have to hold the button down.
That's so dumb!
Well, that was the thing originally in Lost World 3DS.
Just keep holding down the button so you don't, like, stop.
No, if you want to stop a ring trail early, you can. That's actually a good case of freedom. It's just the game never uses that.
It's bad! Like, oh, do you want to play in normal mode, which is good for people who have never played a Sonic game before, or hard mode for people who have? It turns out that actually, the game is like, oh, you've played a Sonic game before? Fuck you!
I forgot there was an easy mode.
I love how, by the way, like, it's like, hey, use the wisp button here, and the wisp button just makes you fucking charge forwards on a very limited size platform.
Yeah, this was a terrible first level to give you lightning for. They should have given you cube for this level.
How would that even house? Like, you have to
Cube
stop
is
dead.
fantastic in this game.
You have to stop dead in order to use the thing without hurtling into the abyss. Why am I playing this, Heather? Why did you let me play this?
Oh, because I love this game, and so I subliminally convinced you that it was worth playing. It's all my fault.
It's all your fault.
So
I should have taken it as a sign that, like, I had the idea while I was in the bathroom.
What?
Sorry?
Well, you do have some of your best ideas in bathroom Tess.
I did
The
teach
idea
one of your
called-
Sims to take the inspirational pee. I was not there for nefarious reasons, though, mind you. How did that just jump from A to S? Like, it was, like, not even halfway around the wheel. Why was that an S?
What nefarious reasons?
You know, gentle pee-pee poo-poo.
No,
I don't do that.
I was going with that.
You were just kind of standing in the bathroom for no reason, and then you had this idea.
Well, I may or may not have been disinfecting my hands. Again, not for nefarious reasons.
Well, Tess,
And then
I
you
mean,
were
it was
reminded of-
your...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, didn't Tess come up with the idea for Lively Planet whilst in the shower once?
I don't
Shower
remember.
thoughts are the best thoughts. That's canon.
I remember you telling me this.
You were disinfecting your hands, and you were like, "What if I
Suffered.
infected my soul with Sonic forces?"
Oh, you've already gotten past the line. I'm so sad I wasn't here to comment on the fact that there's a bit where Knuckles is like, Sonic's been locked up and they've been torturing him for months, and Amy just smiles along with that. Like,
we were too busy, like, talking about
I was-
the.
I was saying when that came up, like, it seems a little bit out of place. Like, Eggman seems not quite that kind of villain. Like seriousness wise.
Why can you wear Crocs?
information out of Sonic, yeah.
Why does this game have Crocs in it?
Why
Next
not?
question.
Live your truth.
Thank you. Next
Any-
question.
Anyway, Heather, what platform did you play this game on?
PC, which means I have access to all the mods now, which is the redeeming factor number 2 for this game.
I also have it on PC. It's just it was easier to stream it from my Switch.
I don't have it on PC because I didn't know it was a thing, but I do have it on the PS4.
Shockingly, almost every Sonic game is on PC now, and it's actually kind of frightening. If you include emulation as a viable way to do things, there's only 2 Sonic games that are difficult to get working at all on PC, and really the only 2 games you can't get a proper experience from are 06 and Unleashed HD. Everything else is going to be on PC as of next month.
Even
I have this-
even Shuffle.
Wait.
You can emulate Dreamcast on PC relatively easily.
This is
the
news
only
to
way
me.
I've played Shuffle in a while.
I-
The only
I've-
problem is you can't see what the VMU says, so multiplayer is just out.
Yeah, I've only ever played it on console because I'm a good boy.
I have-
I don't yaha. I don't fiddle dee dee. I don't fiddle anything actually. I'm asexual. Thank you very much.
Proud of you, Tess.
Yeah.
I have this game on nothing, and the nurse who extracted blood from me yesterday was wearing leopard print Crocs.
jealous. You want leopard print anything is good. Sorry, I have a bias towards Snap.
David
I
Copperfield's
should,
wife's name is an anagram of snow leopard.
I need to ask someone how to play Sonic Mania because I do have it on PC, but I tried to play it and I could not understand it.
What was that to not?
In what sense?
Like I couldn't make the things happen.
Well, you just go. You know, you gotta go fast.
Yeah, there wasn't any.
What just
going
happened?
happening.
I didn't see the what was the what. I just died and I don't
Hang
know
on,
why.
I'm watching the screen.
Oh no. Oh!
Oh, you.
Welcome to Sonic Forces, yes! Hope you enjoy your stay.
You fell off the trail.
Okay, that time I got yeeted over the side for reasons best known to nobody. But the previous time, like the floor just stopped existing. And to reiterate, I can't fucking see when the game gets dark.
You should up your brightness until about halfway through the game. They saved all the bright levels for the second half.
Yeah, I can see pretty okay on my screen, and I am known to like have some problems with like low lighting in games. So like maybe try to up your PC brightness if you're able.
Why the PC?
Yeah.
Well, because it might not like
but
I'm seeing like a screen capture of your not the PC wherever you're playing it.
Switch.
But like up the screen brightness because I'm seeing a screen capture of your game. I'm not having troubles with the brightness, which means that if you up the brightness on your screen, you hopefully see better. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
It makes sense, but I don't know if is there a way of doing
Making
that?
sense.
It's a screen capture and not like a photograph. Well, yeah. What are you playing on?
A Switch.
Switch. Yeah. Well, up your monitor's brightness.
Your monitor TV.
Are you playing on like a monitor or a TV? Because like my monitor has little buttons that are next to the power button, which are like physical buttons. Not physical, but like you press down on this like circle thing.
There's a hat that
And
just says gamer on it. They had no idea, did they?
Sonic is a shirt in this game. There are actually 3 different Sonic shirts available in this game.
Sonic Gate.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I want a Sonic shirt.
I believe they come in
should
green,
all-
white, and pink. And the pink
Those
one
are-
actually looks pretty fly.
We should all get Sonic shirts.
Should we?
Can you imagine we meet up all in one place and like we're just the crowd with a bunch of gotta go fast. Shirts on it? I would love that.
Oh my god. We just look like the weirdest little party.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
Are
we
we
go
not-
to
are we not
Portland,
already?
Oregon, we would fit right in apparently.
Do they love Sonic or do they just think weird is normal?
Yes.
They do.
Alright. Big on Sonic.
Yeah, let's make that happen. My guess.
Everyone go to
Viking
Portland,
test.
Oregon. Portland's Oregon's.
Oregon's is pretty good overall.
I've never
I prefer
been.
Portland oranges personally, but
I have never been anywhere near there. Oh, this thing just broke. Don't break.
What's breaking apart from my will to live? Jokes, I never had one.
Oh, I broke a fidget thing, but then I fixed it because it's not broken. I guess it's meant to come apart like that.
Yeah.
Porygon for short.
No. Actually, I haven't been like a lot of places. I've probably been more places outside of the U.S. than in it.
Change
Yeah,
your
no,
body parts.
until this year.
Even though I live there, don't change my body parts. That's
Is that just
that
the
would
game's?
cause me dysphoria.
Is that just the game's way of saying, hey, trans rights?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
more transhumanism, but either way, I'm totally supportive.
I do love when I am allowed to become a featureless orb in any context.
Seconded.
Did
anyone but you believe your lies?
Featureless.
You like Dragon Ball?
Cowprint orb.
Cowprint's good. I like Cowprint. Cowprint very good.
Yeah.
I know what they're going for with this, but it really does just look like the Powerpuff Girls.
Yep.
I got it from here.
Yeah.
Look who's back.
Oh no,
Why not
Blossom
both?
and Bubbles are fighting.
Blue savior.
Where's Buttercup?
That I smell.
Because
You reek of
one of them can speak conversational Chinese and the other is fluent in squirrel. Who will win?
I ran all the way over.
It's obviously Infinite who
You
can
haven't
speak
left
squirrel.
an impression.
Who will win in debate class?
You may call me.
Wait, didn't Bubbles have the ability to speak Spanish as well?
Bubbles can do
remember
a
in
lot
an
of stuff.
episode.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
She can speak every foreign language, including Spanish.
Yeah, apparently everything nice involves multilingual awareness, which I'm not about to disagree with.
I mean, it is
I mean-
everything nice.
Share the secret of your power with me. I am.
Yeah.
And anything could be contextualized as nice.
True.
If you feel that way
Bubbles
about
is
it.
everything.
Bubbles can do anything she likes. Anything that she thinks is nice.
Seconded, she
Bubbles
was the
is
best
precious.
part about the Reba series. So,
We
you know.
stan a queen.
Someone, I mean, like, you see a tree and you're like, that's nice, and then suddenly you have the ability to trees.
Yes.
Well,
You have the ability to tree.
I think this is one of the ones that has a good music.
Haven't you seen a
Oh, you mean the
Oh.
Gundam style fight? Yeah,
Yeah.
just about.
The huh?
Why are we on a
The
snake?
theme song to this
Oh,
sounds
no!
like Gundam style.
It does.
That's excellent.
Yeah. Like, if I could hear and I didn't have a half-minute delay when I could hear, I would absolutely be singing along with this whoop, 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 because it's really noticeable.
It is.
That's great.
Oh. Oh.
It's very weird how long ago that was.
Yeah, isn't that kind of scary?
I mean, I
It's
learned,
like-
Wait, actually.
It was like 9 years ago, I believe. None. Think.
Gangnam Style or
Released.
bananas?
2012. Yep. That's exactly 9. 9.
9! Oh, 9!
Sometimes you
Very
learn
sh-
things happened a long time ago, and you're like, whoa.
I love how the game is like,
I
hey,
know.
press the react button to react, and then it's like, oops, you can't. Like every single time, it like the thingy thing has come up. I press the button, and it's like, you can't do that.
Silly. You silly goose.
Like the
what are
annoying,
you doing reading tutorials? You should be playing the game.
like the annoying thing is,
Stupid
right?
millennials.
I would love to have, like, a game like this with a tutorial that literally just says, don't read and drive.
Don't.
The thing is, with
Not be Team Sonic Racing, though.
No, like have
one of that, that's right, I was so sad.
oh, finally,
Have the-
I got one singular hit in.
have the
Try
tutorial be
boosting
like an
less, if you can believe
NPC
it.
that
I think that makes him go faster? Maybe? I don't remember.
have the tutorial be an NPC who like who's like talking to you on the phone or sending you texts or whatever, and then it's just like when you're in the middle of something like this, tries to give you a tutorial message, and the tutorial is like, don't text and drive, idiot.
When the tutorial is sus.
Like takes a dedicated like button press to open the tutorial thing or something, so it like actually takes a second.
I think the PC version of
Yeah.
Sonic Lost World kind of does that, where it's like, hey, press OK to OK.
Oh, no.
You know, press X to X.
Yeah, we
The
had that
reason why
earlier.
that's the case makes perfect sense. It just goes to show how little effort they put into their PC ports for a while.
Just, but Heather,
That's okay to be a little more okay.
you weren't here earlier, were you? When we had press X to X,
Nani?
we had a moment
Press
that
X
was
to X.
press X to X.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's X
There
to
was like a
X.
thing where there was like a circle, there was like a square around an
And-
X icon, and the square had an X on it as if it was saying like, press X to do the thing in this square, which is X.
No.
Game
Oh, boy.
design.
Yeah, that's about as bad as press OK to OK.
That's a great UI. That's not even like game design, that's just straight up like UI design, like please.
Yeah.
Like just the fact
Menu.
that there's an X icon, and around it there's a box that has an extra X attached to it, so it's press X to X. And okay, what I was gonna say though is like another thing that's really fucking sad is like Infinite is such a like an interesting idea for a villain because
Yep.
like literally the whole thing of like, well, first of all, like manipulating not reality but the perception of reality, which was the whole point of the Zoroark film, of the Pokemon games, but you know, it's whatever. Like that's sort of cool idea. And, you know, like, oh, if you touch one of these, then all of your bad times will come to life. And, like, whenever Sonic is inflicted with it, it's like, oh, suddenly the platforming's harder. Suddenly he's being a failure. It suggests that his deep-seated anxieties and fears are being shown up, failing, not being able to protect those he loves, which is why, you know, his, like, Crimson Ruby situation anxieties put him in these, like, life situations. Like, bringing back enemies from his past that... in his past state, he was unable to face them. So, like, there's this... It's clever, but then it's wasted potential.
Well, you've improved since
And so Tails is his own persona, but so is classic Sonic is also Tails' Sonic Sona, but Infinite is also Tails' Edgelord OC Donut Steel.
Then what is, like, your own character, like your self-insert?
Funny you mention that, because that's the one thing about this story that actually gets addressed. You give it time. I'm sure you'll notice it when we get there, but that's not for a while. The infinite fights are kind of spread out, but we do get to see it. So it's the one thing this game actually does show, which is nice.
Yeah.
Also, how many times did Sonic just say secret of his power in different ways? Or no, not even different ways, the same way, like 4 times. Yeah.
Don't you want to know secret of his power?
I want to know secret of his power as well, but unfortunately...
Eggman wants to know secret of his power.
Secrets in my power? It's more likely than you think.
Have you ever had a dream?
Oh, I could be a workout video.
Well, that too, I guess.
By the way,
I mean, I'm
like,
gonna go grab
body
my
rolls.
brain tile.
At no point do I intend to address my choice of gloves, and yes, I am sticking with them. I'm
I'm
pretty.
proud of you, Tess.
Cute.
Just
They actually
all
go
right.
well with the shoes, so I'm not complaining.
yeah, I am Dua Lipa given furry form.
I'm ready for tight pants body rolls.
What's sushi got to do with this?
Hey, Sonic. Well, I mean this one, Sonic. And Eggman's monster got him. But you're here now. It's like
Sick.
the world needs a Sonic. Any Sonic to keep
Like I
things
said,
in balance.
Sonk forks.
If we defeat Eggman.
Oh,
this
we
world
also
will be
saw the
over.
point in the story then where Tails presented his behind to Chaos Zero then as well, right?
Oh, so it wasn't just me that noticed that.
He turns around, bends over, shoves it out, and is like, I'm sorry, Sonic, help me! Like, come the fudge on, Tails. You beat Chaos 4! Why are you having problems now?
demon doesn't shove his tentacles somewhere inappropriate.
Yeah, it really does feel like that. And that's like... Don't get me started.
This game
Oh,
is just...
Tumblr. Don't you know Tumblr banned Tales presenting Beyond?
Find Eggman quick. Let's
Yeah, my account's still locked because of that.
Excuse me? I can't tell if you're joking.
Do you not remember when when they first banned female presenting nipples?
Which is the silliest thing in the world. It's like one of those, like, I don't know how else to say it. It's the most corporate way to say something that sounds like they don't even believe what they're talking about I've ever heard in my life. It's really bad.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Presentation matters, therefore, don't get me started. It's
it's very good that they're like, all right, we're gonna ban porn and then make posts monetizable.
I guess it's a little better than the OnlyFans route, but that's a whole rabbit hole I'm not sure you want to get in on your stream.
I mean,
yeah, no, it's good.
I'm a furry. You mentioned OnlyFans. Let's not get into rabbit holes, shall we? Cinders!
That's okay. Heather can tell me all about it later.
Oh, well, see, this is... I don't even know where to start with that, but if you insist.
Well, I mean...
You'll find
we've discussed...
something.
Be careful, Sonic.
We've discussed many things, Heather. It's fine.
What have we discussed?
Anything discussable.
That's discussing things.
Well, I mean, she was the one
that...
that...
when they were killed and press A to okay to okay.
Well, I mean, you did tell me about... Like, you sent, like, a really long essay about why I should play Sun and Moon.
I love Sun and Moon, so I'm biased.
With a name like Smuckers!
You think that's why the Smuckers guy is supposed to sound like that? Is because he's got Smuckers jelly lining his mouth and makes him talk like this the whole time?
Well, that didn't
I never
land.
even imagined that was what it was.
Yeah, no, I thought that was just an accent.
Oh, yeah, so did I. We here at Smuckers Jelly proudly present our sugar-free options for those of you who need to watch your jellies a little more. Like,
okay, what the fuck's going on over here?
Excuse me?
Yeah, we don't have Smucker's jelly in this country.
lucky. Actually, it's
I don't
not
eat
that.
jelly.
It's just the jelly.
Lucky you don't have.
It's like standardized jelly. I have a feeling that it wouldn't be. Also, I'm really sad this isn't 100% randomized because they only ever have fire wisps.
Standardized jelly?
Listen up, rookie.
Standardized. Yeah, like when your store brand makes store brand jelly, what are they knocking off?
Well, they're not. They're knocking themselves off, which is probably a euphemism.
They're knocking
Somewhere.
themselves up? Preganonant!
Oh.
There you go.
Well, I mean, Tess, when the Americans say jelly, they're talking about what we call jam.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I'm just.
It's weird because we have jam. It's just different.
There's jam and jelly, although I don't know much about the difference. I don't eat either of them for
I
any
think
reason.
Jelly is more processed, and jam has chunks of fruit in it.
Yeah. Is that what it is? I don't know.
So it's just unmixed jelly. Or unmixed, yeah. We didn't finish making the jelly here. It costs
Chunky
more.
jelly.
Chunky
What's
jelly.
chunky
Yeah,
jelly?
it's like chunky peanut butter but with jelly.
Probably.
Oh!
So I guess we have jelly is basically just smooth jam by that logic.
Yeah.
Let me see.
One more thing Eggman will answer for.
Anyway, I don't know what's going on, but I distinctly got the impression that there's another Avatar character, except it is literally just Sonic, but less so. And that's literally it. We're just here to rescue Sonic again. It's just imposter Sonic.
Press
with the
was it ZL? Try ZL real quick.
But like just
Push the button. Yeah.
Okay. I sure am someone else now.
There are 3 different types of SOS missions, and the best ones are the ones where you save an avatar from a capsule and they just kind of stand there and stare at you with their horrifying eyes. But this kind of SOS mission is really just, hey, somebody needs to do this mission thing, so you can go and help them. And you just play the stage again, and I think you get a bonus for it or something, and also you can have a free burst wisp at any point you need it. I don't like this game's missions at all.
You could have stopped at I don't like this game and I would have been right there with you. Why did it stop at A? I've clearly filled up the wheel.
Well, you didn't fill it up enough.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's like the whole need one more EXP in order to level up thing. Because you had 49,000 points, you needed 50. Or 1049 and you needed 105.
You need like literally 30 more, it looks like.
Yep. Like, poor Tess.
Can I just reiterate, I want to defend the Sonic, well, maybe not the fandom. I want to defend Sonic as a series, and they are making that so difficult.
You can defend the fandom of anything, don't worry about it.
I can't defend the last 10 years of games. The games that are actually decent got praise, the games that are garbage got more praise. Sonic Forces exists.
Everything looks like underwear when you're wearing a shirt.
Truth. The last Sonic game I really cared about was Black Knight, and I don't even think that one's good. Oh dear.
It's okay. it's good compared to this noise.
Yeah, I mean, that's entirely fair. It actually had a story.
I've never played it.
Sonic has a sword now, and it's been torturing him for months.
Like, what?
It was a defective model. It could only record the DNA of the
Oh
one
boy.
that triggered it.
I've probably seen more non-game content than game content. Like I've watched people play Sonic games. I don't know if I've ever like actually played through one on my own.
I can't blame you.
I enjoyed the movie.
Did you
Which
say?
one?
Did you say you enjoyed it or you avoid it?
I enjoyed it.
Ah.
Which one?
The
new
recent, one. What are there other ones?
There's an OVA that was originally 2 pilot episodes from a Japanese anime that never happened.
Oh, okay, yeah. A friend showed that to me once. I've seen that too, and I think I liked it, but I need to see it again later.
It's
more
as far
recently.
as I'm concerned, it's the most Sonic has ever felt, and it wasn't even in the medium that he's actually supposed to be in.
It's not a movie, but I did love those shorts that they did like recently-ish. I think around Sonic Mania.
Inspired by that same style of animation as
Yeah.
the OVA.
I've seen the Mania ones, but I've not seen the Team Sonic Racing ones.
They're good. They're not as good because there isn't a story the same way, but they're good for what they are. If you like what
they're all pretty cute.
Yeah.
I will say, like, my feelings on this game so far, because by the way, there is a game in here somewhere. It is like, it feels like the gameplay is just like bare bones as a vehicle to tell the story, but the story isn't one that's worth telling.
Yes.
That was good. Just getting bumped back into the thing with no, like, where was I supposed to go there? Because like, if I hit him, I get bumped back into death.
Pearl.
I think it's just they're trying to recreate the original ball, but with terrible physics.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, no, terrible is right, because, like, the knockback would have bumped me into it and killed me. If I just stood there, it would have killed me. Like,
The
No
chain's
escape.
not long enough for you to, like, slip through the chain like you could in the original, so that's unfortunate.
oh, hey, you beat the first boss of the first game. Fuck you, here's the final boss of Unleashed. Isn't it?
And technically the second to last boss of Generations.
Make a dragoon.
And the first boss of Sonic Omens, but we're not getting there.
It's just a
Everything is
mother.
there.
Oh, that was not clear at all! I found out too
Those
late
are
what I was
fun
supposed to do!
It's wild to me when things have wings that like are not that should not
Yeah, like how is
move
it
air.
floating?
That shouldn't. Well, like not just this, but just like in general, there'll be wings sometimes where it's like those are fun stylistic wings, but they would not like move any amount of air.
Or like
Like they wouldn't push you anywhere.
you can
Chicken
kind of
wings!
hover with them or something.
Oh yeah, maybe they're shooting. Maybe they're like shooting jet engine amounts out. Although they are kind of floating distinct from the body, so it's not like I'm gonna start questioning mechanics of boss designs now.
The only reason I don't like this boss is because we've seen this thing how many times now? Like, it showed up in Unleashed, it showed up in the other version of Unleashed, it's now showing up here, it showed up in Generations, and it showed up in a fan game that's really good. And out of all of them, only 2 of them are compelling fights. Sorry,
So-
bias cow.
Unleashed is one I think I've seen a playthrough of that was fun.
Which version?
I don't know.
When Sonic falls off an edge, does he scream like his legs are being ripped off?
Well,
What?
Is there an actual overworld, or is it just a fucking menu?
Jess, I love how you get more upset about the things that bother me.
Who said I'm getting more upset?
No, that you do in general.
Yeah.
I appreciate it because that
We have a
means
lot
my
in common.
passion is.
Almost makes me feel bad that we're never going to do this
But
again.
yeah, to quote that.
catharsis.
Oh, good. Now we're going Majora's Mask. And in fact, it does end with a celestial body crashing into the planet. Spoilers for the ending of this game. But 3 days, like, fucking... So, yeah, to quote that one YouTube poop of the opening titles of the final series of Steven Universe, here we are in the future, and it's... Ah!
Speaking of
Also,
the
this is-
video that I just
this is a-
linked.
This is a very good
There is the
It's
I
my
wanna
favorite dumb sound effect, and I'm pretty sure it's only in the Wii version.
All I can think of
I want to
is
get hired and paid money to do miscellaneous screams for video
Same.
games.
life
God,
goals.
yes.
But,
Please.
yeah, all I can think of is that one Spubby, and I don't think we have the original brand in here, but it's like pretzels or something, and just teeny neens.
I wonder if it's
Possibly.
I wonder if it's a specific skill to do like a yell that sounds convincing without it actually being like a volume breaking sound, if that makes sense. Like to without breaking a microphone.
Some actors
Not breaking,
are
but-
hired purely on their ability to scream, cry, and burp.
And eat
without-
hot chip
without
and lie.
breaking volume issues.
That's good. That's nice. Also, yeah, I did say breaking microphone, which is wrong. If your microphone is breaking because of that, that's a real problem.
Okay, that reminds me, and I don't know if I ever showed you guys, but I remember seeing. I must have shared it with at least one of you, Heather probably, but it was like the Pokédex entry for Primarina, and how like different pods of them have different songs that they all sing, so each one has a different voice and a different song that they sing and stuff, and so like we have a Primarina doing like a microphone check, and then like alternative camera angle, we see there's Decidueye and an Incineroar who are both like sitting there, like one's holding up a sign saying "I heart you," and the other one is like the Incineroar is just sitting there, good, being like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm tough, but I approve." But then there's like a sort of a silhouette shadow thing next to it, sort of implying, "Hey, actually, I am madly in love with this individual." And then next panel is just the Primarina doing, as is annotated, death metal scream, and then the final panel is okay, good, is just like that art style. And I really love this as like an effect, but where it's literally just like the left half of their outlines or something to just imply they've been blown away by the vocals.
The classic Dragon Ball thing. I'm down with that. Also, Tess, next time you're surrounded by enemies and you use your hammer, hit them twice with the hammer instead of just once. See what happens.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's fine. I just want to play a fucking Sonic game, and this ain't it, Chief.
Yeah. Tess, I could link you Sonic GT and Sonic Omens like immediately if you want.
Yeah, but like both, I've not seen your playthrough of them yet, but I know that they exist, and at some point I will get around to watching them.
No rush, no worries. I just want to see you enjoy a Sonic game, because I haven't been able to do that with an official game in a very long time. Apart from going back and whatever.
I've sent me like a load of trailers for fan games though, Heather.
Yeah, that's this year's Sonic Amateur Games Expo, also known as SAGE.
Or possibly even Sage. But we've had that conversation before.
Sage!
What is this death cube?
What?
What is this death cube?
It just
that
is.
you are inflicting.
I have the power of death and the power of cube, and I use them in perfect conjunction.
In the original game,
just
that
like
Cube
the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Sorry.
In the original game that Cube was introduced, it was a screen nuke, and so they decided to represent that by having you turn all of the enemies into cubes when you slam the ground. It's not too out of character. And then the other thing about that is that the cube ability could turn all cubes into rings and rings into cubes. So whenever
have
you
platforming
use the
puzzles,
cube thing
basically.
twice, yeah. So in this game, whenever you turn all the enemies into cubes, you can slam the ground again to turn them all into blue rings. Each one's worth 10 rings. You get
As opposed to-
huge amounts of bonuses. Basically, every cube level, like if you play through a level with cube, you can get 999 rings in the minute-and-a-half levels they put out for you. It's terrible.
Dang.
As opposed to
Cube for you.
The cube rings in colors which were worthless, as I recall, because they were literally
They were
just
worth,
there for
like,
puzzles.
10,000 points, I think, if you collect it. Maybe 1,000. Maybe just 1,000 points.
They were not worth shit.
They were worth a lot of points. Not as many points as a red ring, but a lot of points. So even if it was just a line of cubes, and you used cube, and collected all those rings, you get a ton of bonus points.
Mm-hmm.
Shocking, isn't it? The intricacies of that I believe they've already screwed up with Colors Ultimate. Don't get me started. I don't want to get started.
Impressive.
I love the way that it's giving you like one of each type of thing. Like it's showing one of each type of clothing real quick there, so it looks kind of like a steal her outfit, but of like the most like out of just completely like nonsensical.
The worst part is it is roughly speaking planned out. It's something like every 5 levels you go up as the avatar, you get a certain amount, and every level you beat, you get a certain amount of clothing. So as they show off the outfit that you're unlocking, they are showing off things that were planned to be given to you in that order. So these might be planned outfits by somebody. Somebody's recommendations for drip. It just doesn't work.
Well, they just had everybody, like, every single... That would be fun. Like, every person on the dev team just gets to, like... It's like a first come, first serve. Pick one of each type of clothing to put together your outfit. If you're late, oh boy.
And then they would have come up with really goofy stuff, hopefully.
Toenails.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
What, toenails?
I never had a toenail in my life. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Now, what doesn't help as well is like the tonal dissonance of literally all of Tails' lines and line deliveries sound like they're straight up just from the Sonic Boom cartoon, which just does not match with the this is a war for the safety of the future of the world. We're all gonna die.
Dying.
Yeah.
You guys.
Another wave of people down. Yeah. No, it gets really bad. My favorite level in the game, which I will point out when we get there, has probably the worst tonal dissonance out of anything I've ever heard of in my life.
We say that going into fucking Casino Forest, which is a contradiction right out of the gate, but whatever. Now,
well, it's when all the trees are really into money.
Yeah.
True.
Just like in the real world.
Money doesn't grow on trees except here.
Money is trees.
Without
the trees
getting
have become capitalist.
Without getting too vocal about it, because I don't want to turn this entire thing into a hate campaign.
Oh, it's much too late to worry about that ever.
All right, this level is the perfect example of why this entire game is shit and has no sense of what Sonic actually is. And it's really simple. It's actually painfully simple. You see, this game doesn't realize that when Sonic's worlds were colorful and exciting, that was because colorful and exciting shit is good, and people like exciting things and stuff. So here's your very slow-paced level where you're constantly bouncing around, and in the background, and some of the objects you introduce or you interact with are these neon, colorful, super exciting whatevers, and it's just like this dead, dark forest all around you. Like
it looks really hard to like progress and like get where you want to go to, which is like I would feel like if I was in a place this energetic, I would want the like satisfaction of sort of.
I mean, I just spent like a solid minute just trying to get out of that first pit. And the music.
Hey, how do you feel about a whole level like that, Tess?
And the music here, right, as well. Like it should be good, and it's just not.
It's the Inspector Gadget theme.
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't actually heard it for a while, but I remember it being memey for some reason, and that's why.
Da 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 da, Inspector Gadget. Da 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 da. You know, I should really, next time I do that joke in something with this song, I need to throw in the Mario ba-bas at the end of that. You know, rather than...
But not the Super Mario RPG Forest Mushrooms turnip, which would also fit as well.
True. Yeah, the worst part about the soundtrack is that it's actually good compositions, just terrible instrumentation.
Oh hey, we've got
I don't
another.
know who's at fault for that.
We've got another situation like I complained about earlier.
Yep.
Hey, forced gambling.
Here's all the songs that I have invented, and they're like, and the director or somebody was like, that is so good. I need a cover of it.
We don't have the budget to be good. Make them shitter.
It's so weird because I think there was some kind of mandate from higher up that in order to distinguish the 3 Sonics, because that was back when, you know, there were multiple Sonics or whatever, in order to distinguish the different playable characters, each one would need a different genre, but also a different instrument set. Which means that you're only allowed to pull from a very small instrument pool for each hedgehog, basically.
Mm-hmm. And this literally wasn't an issue in Sonic Adventure 2, by the way, where every character's levels have their own, like every character had their own sort of distinct sort of feel, where Rouge's had what I call a touch of the sexy, which, see for reference my review of Bulgaria's Eurovision entry from 2016.
Knuckles had hip-hop.
And Knuckles had Honeyed P the rapper.
Yeah.
Get in on this kazoo jazz.
Yes.
Sonic and Eggman both had, like, heavy rock, but Sonic was leaning toward punk, Eggman was leaning toward industrial.
Yeah, so
Shadow
like basically
D&B.
Yeah, I was going to say it was like yeah, Sonic had The Offspring, Eggman had like just industrial, Shadow had Mad Capsule Markets, yeah, Knuckles had Honeyed P, Tails was he had Whimsy.
Christian rock.
Yes. Wuss rock.
I do really love when you have like different like instrument or genre thing. Like I feel like the different instrument things works, but not in exclusivity. Like you can do a thing where it's like this character is you know mostly piano. Mostly brass, and then make that be like the highlight of their songs. But you can't like do it and just be like this, and then you also can't use any of the other instruments.
This character is a trumpet.
So there is one synth that shows up in every Boost Sonic level in this game.
Can I just raise my hand a second like I'm a child in a classroom?
Yes,
what?
Yes, go.
So I actually am raising my hand as well. But like this line right here, they're coming from the laboratory, the one where Sonic fought Infinite. That was a laboratory? It was a snake in a forest!
That was Dr. Robotnik's laboratory, according to the extended material.
Bitch, where?
Well, if you can call anything a laboratory if you
do
say it's yours.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, is this forest your laboratory? Sonic?
Check it out.
Oh, wait. I'm having rememberies of this. Isn't this another situation where you can just get flung out of the level because fuck you? Because we had a hint of that earlier, and I feel like this is the moist version of that.
Not exactly, but I think you'll see why most people don't like this stage as you're going through. This is easily the least well thought out stage in the game.
Road is a bad name.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Easily the most level I've had all day.
This is, oh my god, don't get me started. Out of this game's, like, I forget how many levels it is, but about half of them are decent if you go into them with the right mindset. That is none of the classic Sonic levels, certainly not this level.
I can barely see what I'm doing, how
then
did I miss the
you just gotta turn
ring?
off the music and just get your phone playing other stuff.
You should definitely raise your brightness if you can.
Yeah.
That's like
brightness and
because I can see okay. Like I can see pretty decently, and I'm looking on my computer screen. I've had game experiences where it's not easy to see, and this is like not the best, but it's okay.
That is twice now, by the way. I've tried to like go from a ring attack, like a wisp thing, what the fuck, into a homing attack, and both times I pressed the A button by mistake because that makes sense for how you would string those attacks together. Oh, and you can't use the wisp thing halfway through a trail of rings. What the fuck? What the hell, Bulbasaur? I don't explain that meme. Can someone understand it to me?
You already used up your lightning wisp, so that's why
dumb!
Yeah.
This game is stupid!
Yeah.
Why did I die?
Can I just say it's very strange to me that this game has this whole idea of like lightning wisp is whatever and whatever else. Oh, you missed the sprays. That's how you...
How? How?
Like, this whole wisp whatever, and there's just no way to just use more than one wisp at a time in the level? Like, why would they limit you like that? That feels like a mistake. That's my own 5 cents on it.
That reminds me, I found a 10-pence coin while we were out walking today, and technically also a 1p coin as well, but I didn't want to take it because it was just thrown up on someone's driveway that it would look sus if I did.
That's my coin on my front lawn.
My car.
Kids stealing my goddamn pennies.
I'm trying to build a wall out of pennies here.
The wall, shiggy diggy sus.
Just because I only have one down doesn't mean I'm not making progress.
In a three-dimensional
said about Aqua
environment.
Road, namely that it's the people who think that are really just beef jerky.
Like a little bow.
I chose it myself.
Yay!
They gave a lot of options for that, and some of them are great. I like the bow. Some of them not so great. It's really telling when Sonic and you can be next to each other and both of you do the same pose, because sometimes he bows, and it's really like weirdly like for the greater good kind of thing.
I've only seen that once so far, and it had entirely the same energy as Knight's Journey of Dreams.
We met before?
That was a weird transition. Have we cuts to black met before?
You worry too much. Look, I'm perfectly fine. It's been generations.
Boo! That line was terrible.
That is a weird transition.
Bad news is, Eggman said he had some plan that will destroy us all in 3 days.
The worst part is that this game heavily implies that that's not the same Sonic, unless you buy into my crack fan theories. But if it's not the same Sonic, then that line makes extra no sense. Not that Sonic knows that.
Like, I've already... Hey, we saved Europe! I've already thrown out there that, that this whole thing is just Tails' fanfiction. And, like, he's a brilliant scientist, but he is a terrible storyteller.
I like to imagine that this follows after Sonic Adventure with the whole, like, unreliable narrator perspective, whatever.
Which I hold fast to that theory.
Well, in Sonic Adventure, it's very clear. In later games, not so much. But I'd like to believe it comes back for this game, and this is all the rookies' unreliable perspective. Why didn't Tails send off Chaos? Why did Tails need Classic Sonic? Because he was too busy presenting his ass to Chaos because he's terrified now. Doesn't that break character? I wasn't there! Like...
Must all games have timeline continuity? Can they not simply be chaos?
Oh, they tried that, but then Tails got all horny.
No.
To be fair, no game since Colors has been explicitly canon with anything else apart from the games that came after Colors. So it's very possible that these games aren't even canon in the first place. Like, we don't really know what the canon is.
I mean, it's kind of like, you know, people trying to, like, put Zelda into a timeline, like how a bunch... I mean, they made the timeline later than the games existed. It's not like they were actually meant to be on a timeline.
And the worst part about that is that most of the games that they decided after they were like, oh yeah, let's make a timeline in a couple years. Let's start gearing up for that. Quick, where's Skyward Sword when you need it? And the moment they did that, they started contradicting the existing timeline, if you could even interpret one. Like before Hyrule Historia came out, Minish Cap was the first game in which it told an origin story for Link's hat.
Oh, we're here again.
Link wears a hat in tribute to Eslo. And I love Eslo so much.
I was gonna say, recycled level geometry, yeah, level design. We don't know.
Oh, don't get me started. I have so many complaints about this particular level, but yeah. So
wow,
Eslo gets a tribute by every following
That
Link.
puzzle just completely just broke the flow of the level. Carry on.
And then along comes Skyward Sword, which decides they're gonna... Spoilers for Skyward Sword, for those out there
I've
who wanna
streamed
play
most of it.
There we go. They wanted to tell an origin story for Link's sword, and then on top of it, decided to give him a hat, and also said it's the first game, which heavily implies that Minish Cap's whole origin story for Link's hat is no longer canon, because they just had to give Link a hat in Skyward Sword. So not only did they do the origin story thing worse, but they also just forgot about the best, cutest origin story in the series. I really don't mean to get, like, really worked up about that, but Minish Cap is cute. It's so cute.
Why was
The
there
little
an,
guy gives you a hat.
Why was there an achievement for? Why are these achievements?
I would love to sometime hear more of your Zelda timeline thoughts because I don't know much about it.
The timeline itself, or just in general? Because
I mean, any of the tidbits, like the hat origin story, any fun things.
That's the one that really upsets me because they decided to make Hyrule Historia right after Skyward Sword came out, which heavily implies they had it in mind that they wanted a timeline when Skyward Sword came out. And if that's the case, then they intentionally said that Minish Cap isn't significant in any way. I guess just because it was made by Capcom, I don't know. But I love Aslo, and I'm really sad that that never got properly resolved. That said, in general, I don't care about the Zelda timeline because I like the implication that every single game is the same legend, just told by a different community.
That's fun. That's
Wind Waker is told by a fishing community. Link to the Past is told by a very religious community, but one that believes in some kind of nirvana heaven.
Can I also throw in with Link to the Past? I because of just how terrible the artwork is in that game, yes, I will fight people. That's it's as told by a community of religious mice. They look like mice. Link and Zelda are mice in that game. I cannot unsee that, and I don't understand how other people don't see that.
It's honestly really cute that way. The first Zelda was almost explicitly Christian, but yes.
So, what do you consider for this for like games that are direct sequels, like Majora's Mask, Phantom Hourglass?
Yeah, Majora's Mask is obviously directly following Ocarina. So, what I imagine for that is that that's just fan fiction. Sort of like how the Legend of Arthur, like obviously Legend of Zelda has a lot of parallels with King Arthur anyway, but sort of like how we have Arthurian legends that aren't based in anything. There was like one tablet etched about how Arthur and Mordred fought and then Arthur died. We don't really know what else happened.
And then suddenly we had Sonic and the Black Knight.
Yeah, basically the fact that we could draw a line historically from where we started with King Arthur to Sonic is actually King Arthur, guys. That makes sense. In that same way, Legend of Zelda is the Arthurian legend being carried through all these different communities, and all we really need is the boy who wore a green dress, the princess, and the bad guy. And everything else is kind of just ingrained lore in the society. So, if that's the case, then the offshoots like Majora's Mask or Phantom Hourglass, or I guess Breath of the Wild 2 by that logic, they're all kind of like when they wrote all the stories about Lancelot being super awesome. It's kind of like that, like, yeah, well, Link slayed the bad guy, but now there's another bad guy, and it's a mask, but the eyes on the mask are actually titties, because that it symbolizes it, whatever. And
well, you know, titties bad.
If you take the series as a whole, you could build a timeline, but that feels a lot like looking at Greek history and thinking you can build a timeline out of that. It's kind of the same thing. So I like the idea that...
No, go ahead.
I just like the idea that every Zelda game is just an interpretation of similar mythology that got passed down through generations and then got tweaked for the new societies that it would show up in.
I will say,
so that
what will help with that is the... I remember the specifics of it, but the theory that Twilight Princess is just a retelling of Ocarina of Time.
Exactly. Twilight Princess is actually really special because it's the community that believes in the Ocarina of Time legend, and another community, most likely the one that believes in the Link to the Past legend, and the two of them meeting together and mingling their ideas. Suddenly, the future, the dark future, became... the dark world or whatever became an actual place, because if Link could go to that place and do dungeons there, then that also implies it must be an actual place, which means there must be people living there, and if there are people living there, that must be the Twilight, and that's where the Twilight came from.
And then somehow it folded back on itself where, well, if that's the dark version of this world and this is the Kingdom of Hyrule, that must be Low
Rule, exactly. And that idea of the same legend being passed down and everyone sort of fanfics it up a little bit more. I might be biased, but I much prefer that telling over this is the storyline.
Yeah, no, I do. I do really like that idea of like all of them kind of being different interpretations. I do like honestly. I do like the general idea that they have of this like cycle of reincarnation and this. I think it's like Link being reincarnated. Zelda's going down a family line or something, but I don't like. But like I like that as a general overarching idea, but I don't think I think it's like an exercise in futility to try to like put them in an order and put them into a universe in the same way as like trying to prove that every Pixar movie is in the same universe. Like
I love the Pixar theory,
but they all have the
watch
Pizza Planet truck, so
Pixar
they have
movie
to be.
Thinking it's canon, it's not gonna end well.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It's fun to look back and be like, well, okay, well, this is why this.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to think about. It's fun to think about, but it's also like you can't. Yeah, you can't look at it from that lens.
Explicit viewing experience. Can you imagine if Pixar decides with the next Pixar film that they need to start actually making the games the movies to be part of this canon?
Pixar timeline.
Like, yeah, that's the thing. What if they came out with an official timeline and it'd be like, well, that's just uncomfortable because you guys clearly didn't think this through very well. And I'm not knocking them for it, but it really does feel like that's what Zelda's been doing lately with. And there is actually a timeline. It's just impossible to tell because if you notice, a lot of what we say is
oh my god,
is
it's the sombrero
non-canon.
level from Mighty Number 99.
Yay!
You think so too? This gives me a lot of Mighty Number 9 vibes.
Oh boy.
I will say, by the way, I do really like this interpretation of Metropolis, by the way. Like,
yes! This is an amazing cityscape level. This is my favorite level, by the way. I forgot to mention it.
I love the aesthetic.
Shifting and everything else. Oh, it's fantastic.
Like, I love the aesthetic anyway, but then I also love that, like, it combines that trope with also, like, the whole sort of reality fuck that the Infinite's doing, because like I like that in a villain. I know nothing about the ponies, but heaven knows that I have a fondness for Discord the Bastard. I know nothing about Discord the Bastard, but I like the whole sort of like Chucky milk, but the Chucky milk is actually I'm gonna drink the glass and then the milk is gone.
It's brilliant. It's really well told. I just I don't think his characterization was that great after a point, but that's a whole other can of worms that's not worth getting into.
I wouldn't know. I like the fuck with reality sort of thing, and I like this version of Metropolis, and that's basically it. Candy quacks, and they never got their soda.
No, yeah,
if this game was better, nice. This would be like one of my favorite Sonic levels in general. I just don't really, I'm not really that fond of how short that was. That was incredibly short and uninteresting for what is essentially my favorite level in the game. But I'll tell you, every version of this, like, they've reused environments several times. Every reuse of this environment is up there as far as my levels are concerned. I just really like all of them. Better than any other environment, at least, because they're all reused from other games, and they're not as good as when they were reused in those other games.
When they were reused in the original.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I think that one town level that was blatantly reused between both Sonic and Avatar, and Classic Sonic ran through there in Ghost Town Zone. I think that's supposed to be Spagonia. Either that or it's supposed to be San Francisco Zone.
I mean,
but,
I can see the architecture of the whole, the Spagonia, Spagublio, Virginia.
Seven Virginia.
Maybe more. Imagine.
Motivational Sonic. Who died?
Oh no.
Who died?
Oh no.
Hey, we're all still here. Who died?
That was it. It looked like Laura for a second.
Lazy.
Laura turned into Sans Undertale.
My
Sans.
microphone just randomly died, so that's why I was quiet for absolutely ages. So
I thought we were just like accidentally like murdering your face with sounds.
Everyone
okay.
is talking very much.
Well, everything happens so much.
It's okay, because, like, I don't really have a whole lot to say
Cubes!
regarding anything.
Cubes!
Yes.
Cubes of cubes.
That's valid. I don't know much about Sonic. I did have, and I am sorry to derail the stream. I did have one more thing to say about Zelda things.
Oh, that's fine.
Which is just,
Okay.
which is just that I actually really like the mangas. They're a little bit different from the games, but they
have
are
them,
like
and I've
really
not got around
fun.
to reading them yet. Or at least I have some
Oh,
of them.
they're all very good.
Oh, that
I
reminds me.
think I have all of the ones that exist in official English translations. They're all very good.
I had a dream. And oh no! I had a dream, and in that dream, I'd gone to like some like oh my! I'd gone to some sort of shop that sold things, and I was trying to get like basically anything other than Volume 1 of the Beastars manga, which I've been looking for in real life, by the way. They just don't seem to sell it anywhere, and like I think I and the person I was there with, we both found what we were looking for. We took it to the checkout, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we don't have any of those." Like, why did you have it on the shelf then? And they were like, "No, fuck you. Like, if you're going to be
Sounds a heck of a lot like GameStop, yeah?
Sir, if you're going to cause trouble, we're going to have to ask you to leave." Like, but you lied about what you're selling.
When I'm sorry, when you made a few sounds while you were doing that, and I can guess what they were about, but because I'm on slightly desynced audio from video because of like hearing you in the chat versus watching the stream from the stream.
Which I misheard as watching the stream, by the way. Nice clean stream.
There was a very fun little thing where Infinite leaned back to like leaned halfway back, like looking upwards, arm outward kind of pose, while you were like, ah!
Very kind.
It was just very good timing. That's all.
I don't understand, by the way, why people ship Infinite with Gadget, because that would clearly be such a fucking abusive relationship.
I mean, yeah.
But
like
that said... But that said...
Gadget's cool on his own, though. Gadget
is baby, and I love him, and Infinite, separately, is also baby. I am not baby! B-A-B-E-Y, he's baby.
I love the concept of Infinite enough that I have quietly decided that if I ever get around to writing a sequel to my weird Sonic fanfic thing, he's got to be the main villain, and I hate the fact that I'm that convinced of that, even though it's Infinite. It's not like, I mean, it's Infinite. He's got such edgelord lines as,
"You will experience pain and then suffering, and then, well, at least the pain and suffering will end."
Like, I love this boy!
Looks like we're going to space, so I guess we're going too. But also, this right here seems like also. Good evening, Bill. Like this whole scene here seems to confirm to me the biggest issue I have with the ending of this game. So by this point, they've all figured out the Phantom Ruby. They know that it's... When they say virtual reality, that's a shit way of explaining it. But they know that they're just hallucinations and are not real, which would hypothetically make you completely immune to any situation where you actively know that it's being weaponized against you. Because, like, if you didn't know you were talking to an illusion, then, you know, if you had no reason to suspect the Phantom Ruby was involved, then obviously you'd fall for it. But that you can, like... The Avatar there could expressly see that Infinite is using the Phantom Ruby as a weapon to be like, oh, here's Canon's time to die, and so the Avatar's like, yeah, those aren't real, and of course they pass through them harmlessly. And yet, the end of the game is like, oh my god, he's using the Phantom Ruby to make us think that the sun is about to crash into the earth. We're all going to actually die. Like, no you won't! It's not real!
I might a little bit.
There's something to be said that even if you know something's an illusion, there's a case to be made. It'll still have an emotional effect on you. So the idea is that Eggman's gonna give everyone a panic attack, and they'll all die at once from panic. But the problem is that it's heavily implied that there will just be a million corpses, and they'll all be charred because they all thought the sun was crashing into them. I don't think that's how that works. I don't like that explanation for what the Phantom Ruby is.
He wants to make everyone
Swiss? Writing that as well. What?
No, not yet.
A million corpses and they're all charred. Swiss
What does
chard.
that have to do with Switzerland?
Swiss chard.
I was just thinking, if you make everyone Swiss, isn't that just happens when you shoot them a bunch? Because then they're riddled full of holes. Swiss cheese, Swiss hedgehogs, you know? But like,
Swiss chard.
no.
And you.
But can I point out Switzerland's relationship with Liechtenstein, right? Switzerland has committed at least 3 war crimes against Liechtenstein, where they've accidentally invaded them at least twice. They've fired weapons and missiles over the border, and the Liechtensteiner government has just been like, those wacky Swiss, it happens. The rest of the world's looking over like, no, it doesn't. Why are you okay with this? They're like, that's fine.
What dirt do you have on them?
How do you accidentally invade?
A military drill that went wrong. And, like, Liechtenstein is full of weird history as well. They once sent, like, 70 people to war, and their army came back, and there was 72 of them and a cat.
I'm not sure if I know where Liechtenstein is.
It's like... It is to Switzerland as Switzerland is to the rest of Europe, both in terms of like social status and also scale and position and everything. And we love them.
Okay.
And something else weird that happens with Liechtenstein as well is like they spent years being like, should we join Eurovision? Should we nah? Should we nah? So like they spent ages humming and hawing over it. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna join. We're gonna have this massive fucking like national selection show. We'll have all the big celebrities involved. And then the guy who was going to be the head of delegation just spontaneously just died. And so they never entered Eurovision. And it's legitimately sad.
Man.
Wait, was this in like the 70s? Because I do remember Liechtenstein trying to enter Eurovision.
This was like 2017.
Oh! Because I do remember hearing...
The death of Peter Kobo.
Oh! I remember hearing something about Liechtenstein trying to represent themselves at Eurovision in like the 70s, but then
there's a
the
couple
EBU was just like, you don't have a broadcaster, so therefore, like they had picked a song and everything as well.
There are some conflicting reports about that because there's the story about it being an artist called Biggie Bachman and the song Little Cowboy, which that seems to be the
version I've heard.
That seems to be the more accurate version of the story. And then there's another one where there was a rumour that it was going to be a song called Un Beau Matin, but that has since been debunked because the year that it was rumoured to have been sent was the year when the language rule was still in effect, and Liechtenstein, obviously, they speak German, not French, so the song wouldn't have been eligible.
Unless they didn't know. That's a joke.
Dun,
I'm doing
dun,
a joke.
Fun times.
And like another fun thing with Liechtenstein as well is that like they are so many nationalities at once because like they are like they're called Liechtenstein. Culturally, they're basically Swiss. Their capital city is called Vaduz, which sounds Spanish. Their currency is the Swiss franc, and they speak German.
Swiss franc, like different from
the French franc, which is no longer in use. Yes.
Okay.
Because the French franc.
Wait, are they
when they adopted the euro, but Switzerland still uses the Swiss franc.
They're not in the EU, right?
Switzerland is not. Also,
I was thinking of Liechtenstein, but I assume both.
Yeah, I don't think Liechtenstein's in the EU, but they might be.
I mean, if they have different currency, I thought that having different currency was just a Britain being fancy.
I think there are others, but I couldn't swear to it. Because Sweden is in the EU and they use the krona. But yeah, that question right there is a mood.
It's not in the EU, but it is in the
what is
UN,
happening?
which everything that's recognized as a country is in the UN.
Hooray! But yes, what is happened? A valid question.
What hasn't happened?
So,
Hello.
You know
Hello?
what you're doing.
Hi,
Move,
guys.
sing. Oh.
Don't die!
G says hi.
Hello.
Hello. Henuo, Hinol.
Dying isn't allowed. I forbid it personally, and I'm God.
Can we get game?
I believe it.
Can we get game theory on this line about 10 terabytes of selfies? Because like either that's more than you would be able to take in a lifetime, or they're
Or very high quality.
yeah, the resolution is just off the table.
I want them to see every hair, every.
Well, it could be, you know, just a very, very big lens.
Yeah.
It's a 360-degree panoramic photo.
Of what?
Between the legs. Oh no.
Egg taint?
Trevor, I love you, but why?
And this sounds like
Think of anything else that is worse for Robotnik.
it's an unexpected
Well,
final boss from Sonic Adventure, the Egg Taint.
Oh
You
no.
know, oh no. Do you know the 3D experience of rolling?
Let's get this information back to the others.
Oh. Tails has found a weakness in the Phantom Ruby. It's called common fucking sense. Just know that
Oh,
you're not
man.
being attacked.
Well, the worst part is, apparently that's not enough. You also need to be holding your own reality warping device in order to.
Well, yeah,
not
'cause,
just
like,
know.
I reject
mean,
your
there-
reality and
'cause there's-
substitute my own.
There's plenty of situations where you can go into something and be like, this is going to affect my perception of reality. I'm gonna try really hard for it not to, and it'll still affect your perception of reality.
Oh, funny story.
Yes.
For when you're going into like anything from, you know, drugs to like a normal panic attack or whatever, you know.
Yes.
Like,
Funny story. My left arm is bleeding, so this game actually is psychologically wounding me.
are you okay? Get a band-aid, please.
I'm fine.
Get a.
Arm falls off mid-game. It's fine. I don't want to be that guy.
Tess
fun fact about
just
this
passes
thing-
out from blood loss.
Yeah.
Fun
don't.
fact about the way this stage is set up. The Red Gate Bridge starts where the Avatar's version of this stage ended. As I'm sure you
Okay.
know, Sonic started right before where the Avatar started in the same level geometry. And Classic Sonic's stage ends where Sonic's begins. If you follow Classic Sonic from the beginning of Ghost Town to Sonic running up and through that loop, to Avatar going to the end of their stage, to this, it's all one level that they had to split into 4 levels because they didn't have a long enough game to sustain it. Like, it's really embarrassing.
Okay, by the way, I do like the weird sort of layering effect they're doing with Metal Sonic to sort of imply that it's an illusion. Like
Oh
that
no,
was that's
the
clever.
visuals in this are fine. I just, well,
They've
apart from
gotta
Sonic
just-
not having an idle animation, but
Oh, just have
Well,
all
they've-
5 red rings just in rapid succession. That's good design.
It's a game about going fast, so you gotta stop sometimes, a fourth through the level, and be like, okay, give me a quarterly report on what's going on.
Yeah, quarterly. I'm legitimately tickled. You've tickled me.
You're so welcome. That's my everyday.
Every day I'm shuffling. Oh, okay.
Metal Sonic. Why is Metal Sonic so big?
Because
some
liberalism
reason
opened
they
the door.
But
To get to the other side.
Has anyone else seen the post that I'm referencing, by the way? Because
No.
I don't think
I'm
so.
sad I haven't. No.
so there was some like fucking like it was some like boomer thing where it was like basically pictures of like people make it out with like anthropomorphic animals, and it's like, oh, if you support gay rights, this will be next. And then like one of them is just this giant fucking insect, and one of the comments under it is, why is the insect so big? And then someone else replied, liberalism opened the door.
I just found it. I'm gonna put it in Discord so folks can other voice folks can take a look.
Thank you. I would edit it in, but I don't edit my streams.
just edit it on the fly with your magic brain.
Yeah, I mean, like you could have edited yourself winning that Pokemon battle against me. Oh wait.
But I didn't.
It's the most amazing representation of a slippery slope I've ever seen. Also, these are very well drawn.
I feel like if somebody drew those just for this, that's wild.
I think they're the ones opening
or like
the door.
commissioned them. Someone's like, all right. I need you to.
Get a duck making out with a donkey. It's important.
I need you to draw. Yeah, I need you to draw like a guy making out with a giant grasshopper. It is for anti-gay propaganda. Don't worry about it.
Or like, hey, so I've just traveled back in time from the distant year 2014. There's this Pokemon called Pheromosa. It's a sexy bug. Draw it.
Is Pheromosa the only one that the door opened? I thought Serena came. Oh, I guess that's not a bug.
Well, there's Buzzwole. There's Pheromosa and Buzzwole.
Is daddy. That's fair.
They're both the the sexy bugs, I guess.
I mean, if we're talking about the ones that opened the door, I mean, I'd say Lucario, but it definitely opened before Gen 4.
If we're gonna go like full on ace, just like these are the Pokemon I really like and want to snuggle, Scolipede before all that, but like, still though. I really like Scolipede, I'm sorry. They're big and soft.
Yeah,
and
hug a Scolipede.
Scolipede
they're cute.
And Dunsparce, and I have a type apparently. Help.
Look,
what's the similarity between those two? That's a genuine question.
They're chonky babies, they're soft, and both of them would make really good beds if they were around 3 times bigger. So, you know.
And Scolipede's already huge.
Yes.
Oh. Well, I mean, I
no test. Bigger.
Bigger. Gigantamax your Scolipede.
What?
Gigantamax your Scolipede.
Yes, exactly. That, Haxorus, and Dunsparce kind of form a trio in my head.
Now,
the comic
now
that I
you're
showed you the
allowed
other
to
day.
be canon.
Dynamax your Wailord.
There's gotta be.
Wait, hang on a minute. That's the plot of this game. The big evil plan is just for Infinite to Dynamax a Wailord.
I mean,
imagine imagine there's like, you know, because a lot of the time it seems like they build gyms on top of the you know, energy spots for the Dynamaxing and whatever. But like, what if there's just like some places where there's just like an energy spot kind of in a place where it's just kind of designated for you to like, okay, now you can Gigantamax your Eevee here and like go to sleep.
Yeah, just like giant mattress, baby. I would love that so much.
I will say though,
your zone.
That
camping zone.
In your choice of wording, if you remove the syllables and n, you're left with G-spot.
What?
If there was a designated G-spot, I'll stop now.
Well, it's a good thing that in the game, at least, they're all referred to as D-spots tests.
Oh.
Ooh.
And it's much better.
Oh no. Oh no.
Tess, I'm really surprised you're sticking with Lightning, but I'm also really happy because Lightning's always been my favorite.
Like, Burst kind of makes the most sense, but at the same time...
should not have been handed out first. I hate the fact that the best one, like, objectively, came first.
Yeah.
But, I'm still very happy with most of the layout of these. Okay, so you have enough now, I guess I can properly say it. So, without giving away how many Wisp spawns there are in total, by the time you get to endgame, you have a decent selection, and all of the levels are designed around having those many different options to get through almost every obstacle. Which means that where they put Wisp capsules matter sometimes to, like, for example, this level's really good for drill. You can burrow into the road and your way through stuff. That's really cool. If there's ever any enemies that show up, Cube is really good for taking them all out at once, although it's really slow.
And it seems to have in common, like, the level design of colors, basically, where, like, it's working on the assumption that you have access to all of them, and just whichever one you picked up the most recently is the one that you're dealing with. But
yeah, I would
that's not how
actually
it
love
works.
to see. I would love to see like an 8 Wisp-on gun that was.
Oh my god, there are
like,
7? There you go.
Oh, shit.
This level has crabs.
I would like to see an additional, an N+1th Wisp gun that just doesn't let you shoot at all, but instead only gives you the color powers of the other Wisp-on guns. So you have to navigate purely based on having access to burst, lightning, drill, cube, etc.
Oh my god,
Asteroid, I think you've seen a couple times by now. I'm surprised you haven't used that yet.
That taunt robot is carrying a cut rock.
Giant enemy crab hit the weak spot for massive damage.
It's time for you to be a crab. It's time for carcinization.
Yay! Though, I think
evolve to crab.
One subtle thing that I will give due credit for, in this sequence where the camera is close up to the avatar's face, they do legitimately look more confident compared to their facial animations earlier on in the story. So
they do until they're almost crushed by a leg, and then they look terrified.
I mean,
like
that's reasonable. Because the implication is this is an ordinary citizen who just this is Sonic. His superpower is fast. This is Tails. His power is brain and machine. This is Knuckles. His power is fist. This is Rookie. His power is gun.
Gun and grappling hook. Basically Batman.
His Rookie's power is I'm very afraid.
Yes.
It reminds me of that Tumblr post about like Steven Universe and gem placement, where it's like, Garnet is about connections and reaching out, so hand, and Amethyst is like led by a fiery chest impulse. Pearl is about knowledge. Well, what's leading Jasper then? Sniff. Which also
you could make points about going face first. But yes.
I also just remembered I did a sprite edit, a really lazy one, but a sprite edit nonetheless, of Nekomaru from Danganronpa 2, but I replaced his nose with Jasper's gem and it just fits perfectly.
Good.
How's the rookie doing with the distraction?
Team Sonk.
Sonk 4.
It's wild that you're just like conquering the world to undo other conquering.
Yeah.
White people, am I right?
It's the most like, Eggman's conquered the world. Looks like we'll have to conquer it back. I don't think that's how that works, Sonic.
Let's. All right, he wants to play Risk. Let's go.
Eggman, I hear you're good at Stratego.
It's time to put the cat in Settlers of Catan. Yeah.
Oh no. This is also one of my favorite stages. I completely forgot it existed though, so you know.
I mean, that being said, I know there's a level later on called like Mortar Canyon or something, and like, doesn't that suffer from this could have been a good level if they actually made a fucking level?
Don't get me started, cause I'll be here all day. I hate, more than anything, I just hate how short these levels are, because I guess they were afraid of like, there's a thing that happened between Sonic Unleashed and Generations where the general fan critiques turned into, I'm trying to remember how this worked out exactly. Spagonia in Unleashed is about a 5-minute level your first time through. In Generations, your first time through, Spagonia is going to be more like 3 minutes. And then you can get both of them down to 3 minutes and 2 minutes respectively. But I guess that idea that you could spend 5 minutes in a Sonic stage was just so insulting that people complain about how long the Unleashed levels are. See, and there's only one real exception that I actually agree with, but so this game decided to make all of the levels very, 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 very short. See, and
in theory,
I beat every single one in under 2 minutes now. Congratulations.
I like the idea of there being a long level or two just as like a set piece to indicate like the the significance of a moment in the story. See for reference Eternal Engine and Cosmic Wall. Those are those are long levels because they're important. It like that's their identity. They are the long level. You know, this is the level you go to if you are down to spend like 10 fucking minutes playing Sonic Adventure. And
in a less extreme example, I would say Crazy Gadget is way more like intricate and confusing than say Final Rush. So Crazy Gadget's kind of just the confusingly long level.
We wanted to make a dungeon, but then we remembered we're a platformer.
Yeah, basically. And I actually liked that near the end of the story. Lost World was the same way. Final Egg is the last level, but Lost World's going to take you the longest. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
Oh, there's something I was going to say earlier, and then, to be fair, we've all been getting distracted by everything. But one thing I was going to mention earlier, and it's been about 80 years, and I keep forgetting to bring it up. Is how he found the computer room. Yay, memes. And they're using memes, and memes used to be funny. Like, it seemed... would we live in a brighter timeline if, after Secret Rings and Black Knight, they had actually carried on with the storybook games? Because they had the potential for some decent lore there.
Sonic and the Spider-Man paperback collection, Sonic and the Necronomicon, what else? Sonic and the Journey to the Center of the Earth is the one I would actually legitimately be excited for.
That's fun.
Just
Necronomicon is a fun.
Just never ever threaten me with Sonic and the Fantastic Voyage, because no! No!
You know, now that you say that out loud, I wouldn't have minded seeing that either.
No, we do not stan the Vor.
Okay, bearing in mind that there were dinosaurs in Arabian Nights and there were volcanoes in King Arthur, what other books would open up to decent Sonic level design in general?
War and Peace, because, I mean, it's such a fucking long book. Who fucking knows?
Tess. Sonic in 1984. Oh, no.
Oh. Have like a...
Like, are we talking about, like, as the setting for a level book?
Yeah, well, for a whole game. Sonic and the Secret Rings was about Sonic getting sucked into the Arabian Nights. Sonic the Black Knight is about him.
You know what you just said, Heather. You did that on purpose.
Look, I don't ship Sonic and Sharia, but I know people who do, so, like, I'm not gonna step on their toes and their vision.
Like, I'm certainly not going to tell anyone that they're wrong for putting Sonic and Suck in the same sentence, but... Wait, I already just did.
Most people do, just in a different context.
Well, I mean, there's the game is bad, and there's the fellatio context. And, I mean, if I had to pick one, I'd go with the latter, but that's neither here nor there.
And then there's the Sonic Luigi's Mansion spinoff. That could always work too, you know? Sonic suck all the time. Sonic suck.
I haven't read enough books lately. Although Sonic might fit well into Murderbot Diaries.
See, Sonic and the Great Gatsby.
I was gonna say that, and then I was like, oh no. This is a nice ball party. Like,
you know what? Though? You could actually use that to tie together the theory that Leonardo DiCaprio on the Titanic, he survives the Titanic and then he's Jay Gatsby.
Well, that would only work if the opening stage was escaping the Titanic, Tess.
You've got the music for it.
Sonic has this under control.
Meanwhile, in Death Egg.
Oh, don't you love it? Green Hill, Chemical Plant, and now Death Egg.
It's stage 2T2,
yeah.
Which, by the way...
Thanks goodness they didn't stick with that, because then in the city area, Classic Sonic would go to City, and then in Capital, or Metropolis, he would go to Metropolis. That actually doesn't sound nearly as bad.
I mean, to be fair, as an American, you can't complain. You have New York.
And New Jersey.
There's probably a bunch of them. Is there... Why is this Star Wars... This is like Star Wars, but it's on one planet, which is weird. I feel like...
There has been Star Wars references in Sonic since...
The beginning, basically.
Yeah, since
really?
the second game. Yeah, the Death Egg was a big contraption that Eggman built, which was just at the original just a space station. They weren't sure how much they could legally get away with making it look like the Death Star. But it was called the Death Egg from the second game, and that was also the game where Sonic collected the 7th Chaos Emerald and turned into Super Saiyan Sonic.
Yeah, because in Sonic 1 there were only 6.
Is that a Star Wars thing?
No, that's Dragon Ball.
No, but that's a Dragon Ball thing. And so the idea is that
Sonic you're just talking about references
very wild, yeah. Sonic
Right.
2 in particular had Sonic going Super Saiyan and a space station called the Death Something.
Although,
so it's...
what I will sort of lean towards is Sonic the Fighter / Sonic Championship, I can never remember which one the European name is, has 8 Chaos Emeralds for some reason.
Yeah, it's a little weird. And never again, by the way. That's the only time there's been more than 7. Well, no, that's not true, because there's Sonic Spinball, where there were... Oh, no. 16? 16
Egg is
Sonic
almost
Spinball?
a more... Egg is almost a more appropriate name for a circular space item.
Star. Yeah, I think that's why they got away with it, even though the design is very explicitly designed to look exactly like it.
Death Tato.
Basically. So that was the thing all the way from
Parody.
Sonic 2.
Oh
But
no!
This is the game that decided to call itself Sonic Wars. So I think it's fair that we can say that the scene where Sonic is on top of one of Eggman's ships, and that ship happens to be, like, coasting through in between the grooves of the Death Egg, and it's way more obvious here. Which I guess they thought they could get away with because they had a model for the Death Egg in Sonic Generations that looked exactly like the Death Star, and no one complained then.
Oh,
So,
these ring hoopties, by the way, I prefer how they looked in Sonic 3 and how they sounded as well. Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I prefer how they sounded in that. And also, I feel like I would appreciate this level so much less were it not for the fact that I've played Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Because otherwise, it just doesn't... Like, it feels like
a waste of time.
It feels like a bit of a mess of, like, some maybe well-thought-out ideas. But the fact that I know it's directly riffing on Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like, that makes me more okay with it.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite classic Sonic level. It
That's
doesn't have many good ones.
This was the most I felt like I was actually playing a game in a classic Sonic stage so far.
Yeah, I just don't like the song. It feels way too...
Oh, I can't hear it.
Bouncy. You should listen to the footage back. It's
Oh, I intend to.
This whole soundtrack is questionable at best. I love the
You can get Peridot goggles!
I love the compositions, but I absolutely hate the instrumentation on everything except the Avatars stages. Because those all have lyrics, and they're all really out there, wubby stuff. And I have a soft spot for them.
Generally, I don't like when Sonic level music has lyrics or vocal samples of any kind, and weirdly, Adventure 2 is like the exception to that.
My policy on that, because it took me a long time to figure out where I stood on it, I think that if the lyrics, or at least if the vocals included, are not seen as anything more than another instrument, then the music is fine. So, for example, there's the little here we going in Sonic 06's Wave Ocean. No one ever thinks about that when they think about vocals in Sonic, because it's just some vocal sample that's just more instrumentation. Whereas the taco meat slapped on my head.
That's what I was about to bring up.
Might be a little bit on the much side, although I still think stuff like What You Need or Jeja Rocket isn't quite as bad as that.
Oh,
bad.
I just had a moment of clarity.
Uh-huh.
So, as it is, Huge Crisis is such a weird name for a level anyway. Like, you wouldn't have guessed it was a fucking boat. But also...
Yeah, it's owned by Gun, though, so there's your lore drop for the... That's why there's gun robots on it, because it's their oil tanker / destroyer ship.
I never inferred that.
Mm.
Huh. Well, what I was gonna say is, if you I generally love it as a level, except there are pistons there that do instant death crush damage, and I hate instant death in platformers.
There's way too much of that late rush.
If you go into that level and you have an unusual time, could you say it's Jeje's Bizarre Adventure? Alex is a bad influence on me.
Yes!
I've never seen the JoJo and I don't intend to. It doesn't seem like my sort of thing, but Alex is a fan of it. So. Oh
okay,
lord, is he a fan of it?
The what now?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's an anime that was based around an obsession with Western tropes and art styles and visuals and stuff, which is why
I want to say that like biblical Jesus is canonically one of the JoJos somehow.
Yes, I think. I don't know enough about it. I know there was a fighting game where somebody could just use his stand to hit someone else with a bulldozer, so like that's pretty cool. But That's about as far as I got with it.
And hang on a minute, a line here, don't count your chickens before you smash your eggs. Isn't that considered like a racial microaggression in a world full of furries?
Yeah, kind of. Especially since you could be a bird, you could 100% cosplay as a chicken.
Rouge is a casual racist in the workplace.
Oh, no.
The Eggman thing, I think, is already uncomfortable enough because, you know, the implications of that.
What is up with this weird goddamn human always trying to put himself
Well, I mean, Tess has heard worse things in the workplace, like being told he doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, that was a thing that happened.
Nani?
I mean,
this is another great thing, kind of.
For legal reasons, I can't go into too much detail, but I suffered a microaggression at work the other week, but it's been resolved now. Where do I go?
Everything's fine.
Dare I ask which part of you didn't exist and/or all of you didn't exist?
Yes.
Oh boy.
I'm sure he'll tell us, like, later. Maybe. Who knows?
That bad, huh?
Ah.
Oh. Canon. You know, Sonic, you could just, like, go further forwards and just get out of this airfield, but no, you hit an invisible wall.
Don't be it. Hey, no hitting invisible walls. Hey, we put those there for a reason. Don't hit our walls. Freaking bird.
It's
not invisible. It's not invisible. Animals just can't see glass.
I will say, like, slight complaint with the level design, that there are times where there's entire rows of speed booster things, and I cannot tell if they're speed booster things or if they're meant to be spikes. I fell again.
I didn't exist.
Did you just boot yourself to AFK? Did it just boot you to AFK?
Every time Heather happens, I go through a wall.
I just got a little pop-up that was like, you've gone inactive, so we moved you to an inactive channel.
I guess you were clicked out of Discord, like, but it's weird that they don't take in volume as an account.
Yeah. Like,
I guess it's maybe like it could be background noise or something, and so they're just like, if you haven't clicked into Discord, dumb idiot, you're probably not paying attention. Stupid.
I'm paying big attention.
I've never paid attention in my life.
Yeah,
I don't have the budget for
attention?
Maybe I paid 11 once, but never attention.
Ha!
I'm moving house, so I can't afford to pay attention.
You know, it's like, it's like, yeah, we're gonna take it to the bedroom. We're gonna 68 because the cost of eating out has gone up.
Why do you sound like a little bit like Porky Pig?
That's all, folks. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da.
200 and shay.
Sorry, just for that specific, like the way you were saying that specific sentence. That's all.
That's how I deal with the googly eye, as Heather can confirm.
I stopped paying attention for a second. What? What am I confirming?
Vagina.
Why are you googly?
So we just went 3 different ways with that.
Oh, no.
I'm confused. I'm sure
So
I
am I.
know how.
I think we all need an adult. And I mean, it was my birthday earlier this week. I should be adult by now.
That's it. Happy birthday.
Wait, did you not know? You guys didn't know my birthday.
I thought it was
God, B!
later. I'm sorry, I'm bad
Yeah,
at
I don't know why
remembering dates.
August just doesn't feel like somebody's birthday, but I've never been able to remember an August birthday in my life.
Excuse you, August is the quintessential birth month.
Oh! I
No
thought
other
it was...
holidays?
Well, I mean,
I thought it was September for some reason.
No, that's both of my parents, 2 days apart.
Oh man.
yeah. I mean, I remember.
Well, I'm very
all the
sorry, and I
important
wish you the happiest of birthday.
I mean, I remember all the important birthday months.
Yes, what are you
January.
doing?
I keep getting like this city doesn't have infrastructure. I keep falling off the roads.
There's no drift in this game, so hold more left.
You know, because I just know to do that at that point in the level.
Apparently you're supposed to. This game's terrible.
Yeah.
I should put
thank
my
you, Karen.
birthdays in my calendar. I wish like Google would actually let me modify birthdays and like add them on my own instead of just pulling it out of my contacts or whatever.
I want to modify a birthday.
Increase birthday.
I mean, the only birthdays I know out of the 5 of us are my own, obviously. Tess's and Alex's.
Well, Heather's is redacted for legal reasons.
You don't have
This
to
is in
eliminate.
November, I know.
I'm
Heather's is
11/11.
in November, I know.
Oh, same. Same worm.
Big cat?
Oh, you both share a birthday?
Huh?
Both share a
Yep.
birthday?
I don't know if we share a birthday, but November in general.
11/11 for me. It's
Oh, that's
very easy
fun.
to remember.
But
As a
That's
child,
fun.
given that over stateside 11/11 is celebrated as Veterans Day, evolution of Armistice Day, I thought that to be a veteran, you had to be born on Veterans Day. So whenever they were like, "All veterans, please rise" for the this or that song, I was like, "That's me, right?" And I would stand up and I'd get in trouble, and I was like, "I thought I was a veteran because I was born on Veterans Day."
Oh,
It's really
no.
bad. I was a troublemaker because I was dumb.
See, I
Bless you, my fellow Scorpio.
I thought there was some kind of like thing where like, oh, it's 11/11, but actually it's the 10th or the 13th or something.
Oh, I was supposed to be born on the well. If you mean like when the doctor said I was gonna be born, it's okay because one of them said I'd be born in September and another said I'd be born in February. So you know, my mom figured out that I'd be born November 10th, and then I was born November 11th, so she was only a day off when everyone else was very
I had a
confused.
backup
So,
power source
yeah.
created under Metropolis.
It's silly.
Secret
It's all
knowledge.
silly.
Oh,
They
hey.
also said I would be born AFAB, which, I mean, gods I wish, but, you know, that's a whole other thing.
Hey, here's a level that would have been cool, and then they just sort of didn't.
We were meant to end up.
What's AFAB?
Sorry,
When you're
sorry,
born in
Noah.
Saudi Arabia, duh.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I'm actually being serious. I don't know what that means.
Assigned female at birth. It's what.
Nothing
Yeah.
can contain the two of us at max power. Not even null space.
Thank you.
What's up,
Yeah,
everyone?
there's AFAB and ANAB. And
I guess-
ACAB. All cops are bastards.
And there's
Yes,
also
whatever,
just.
they all work together.
Oh, why did that happen? We
Assigned
just
cop at birth.
we escaped the existential void, and we're dead.
Oh no.
But there is also the hidden secret bonus option. Hello, everyone. I have hidden secret bonus option. Assigned at birth. Just came out the womb. Doctor said, "Yep, that sure is a baby." Assigned at birth.
That's just the screaming.
Assigned baby at birth. ABAB.
ABAB.
And you are a bab!
I love it so much!
Oh my days, remind me to never tell any of you when I'm having kids.
Don't you want us to assign your baby at birth?
Ooh,
Yeah, we're the
baby,
only ones who
baby!
can ABAB.
Push it real good.
Who else?
Yeah, Tess, you would be terrible.
Yes,
Hello,
we've been
I am
new.
Tessellating Hex. And welcome back to Let's Play Birth.
Just a Twitch
Tess the
live stream
midwife.
of
I would
birth.
love to see that.
A Twitch live stream of Laura's innards.
What?
When we last left the live stream, Philly G was nearly dead on the floor.
And now it's time for Silly Births with Larry. The podcast.
Who's Larry? I don't know a Larry.
Robert, I have misplaced my hairbrush. A minor inconvenience as you have neither hands nor hair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Because we're tighter than bark on a tree.
What is this?
Santiago.
That was like 15 things at once!
Yep, that's how my brain.
What?
Well, that was from
Everything.
birthing to live stream birthing to VeggieTales.
I mean,
to
why do you think it's
Silly
called a
Songs of
live
Larry
birth?
From VeggieTales to a reanimated, reimagined version of Silly Songs of Larry from VeggieTales to whatever that SpongeBob thing is with Santiago.
Pam tree.
Yes. That's the one. Yeah.
Right.
Because
be
we're
worse, it
tighter
could've
than
been,
bark on a
um,
tree.
A historic battle, you know.
Oh,
Go! Ducklet! Like, you know.
In a three-dimensional environment.
Oh, it got so hard not to hear that later in like his later videos. There are 3 different levels here.
Okay.
Much has been
So-
said about my penis, mostly that it's but I think the people who say this are really beef jerky.
Right, okay. So I'm gonna log off my computer now because Philly G's wanting to like sleep in this bed. But I'll rejoin on my phone in a few moments.
In a kerfuffle of minutes.
Okay.
No worries.
Enjoy.
We'll see you soon.
Hey.
Not if I don't see me first.
We will be seeing you shortly.
That is the most threatening aura.
Don't worry about it.
Don't say, I hope this email finds you well. Try, this email has found you. Or even better, now that this email has found you.
Oh no.
See no email, hear no email, do no email.
I reblogged that because that was a thing of beauty.
Oh, thank you. I did. I haven't checked it recently.
I only reblog things of premium quality, as I'm sure you've seen.
Thank you.
On tumblr.com/Tumblr.
I love tongue.com.
Oh,
glad you like the
okay.
persona
I don't know what that is.
mask.
Don't go to that website because I've never been to it and I don't know what it is and it's probably full of viruses or something.
We here at Tessellating Hexagons do not endorse whatever website we just listed off 3 seconds ago.
We have to protect the fortress now.
And we definitely don't think you should join it.
Hello.
Fuzzy!
Excellent.
The borders.
Excellent.
I wasn't expecting to come back to that many excellents, but thank you.
You've brought an echo, yay! She's on stage!
Never forget what you did for us.
I'm on my phone.
It does
We
kind of
hear
sound
it.
like you're like in a theater of some kind.
A theater.
Yeah.
Nah.
I swear, every time that the portrait of my avatar comes up, it gets a little bit darker. Like not just like in terms of tone, but like the white background is just like at the moment it is like beige McGray, and it's just getting
I'm trying
dark.
to figure out why.
Just it gets tinted a little more, you know, tinted love. No.
I need to go back and check to see if that happened to mine, because if it did, it may be that as the story goes on, you become more and more evil as the Phantom Ruby duplicate thing.
So this is the Lord of the Rings now.
We
I
here
feel
at
like that'd be the third storybook game I'd want to play.
We here at Sonic the Hedgehog are not responsible for any side effects you may experience as a result of exposure to the Phantom Ruby.
And hang on a bit, they had Charmy, Espio, and Vector do like some sort of team attack, and like this is Mighty Ray, Heavy, Bomb, and Weknia Erasure.
Yeah, more or less. Well, I guess Weknia finally showed up in the comics, so...
Oh, Shadow against us.
Well, there is a bunch of Shadow clones that are against us, and then the real Shadow was able to shoulder 20 Shadows aside, which is so
I see.
weird. I don't like this story at all. Why are there only the
Oh yeah, Omega exists now, despite it
How
being very
can
clearly established earlier that it couldn't be.
How can you truly claim to be yourself if you can't kill 20 of your clones at once?
I mean, like, all of my clones would kill 20 of me, but that's not
Imposters.
The thing is, all of my clones would want to kill each other, but would all be too polite to make the first move.
Oh no!
Oh my god, it's Erdwin's
finally
lantern.
decide to not be asleep anymore? Like, does that tell us something about the timeline this takes place in? Did this take place in the Ruined 06 timeline?
Unbelievable. What chance do we have against that?
I don't like this story.
I don't like the thought I had. Which, like, I don't agree with this at all, so it was very much an intrusive thought that I disapprove of, but the last shot we had of Tails was just, he has a very suckable looking nose. Like, don't do that!
Tess,
no!
No!
Phantom Ruby prototypes.
I mean, there's just so many better characters for that. Espio, for one.
Whoa, it is! He said the Phantom Ruby prototypes only react to the person who activated it. That must be you, buddy. Your courage and heroism are probably what triggered
I
it.
now feel very self-conscious to talk
You
because
use
this room is quite echoey.
No, we like it. We like it. It's a cool
No, it's all
special
good.
effect. It makes you. My mask is floating.
When we
It's not
said
like
you're
a-
on
it's not
stage,
like-
it's because it feels like a performance. I like it.
Yeah, it's not like a delayed kind of echo that like causes a problem. It's just the quality of your voice. It's not like a bad thing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that went well. Hey, use the boost to get through. Oops, the boost boosted you in the wrong fucking direction, and now you're dead.
Oh no. Well, that's not good.
Tess, I'm so glad you're getting the full experience of this game.
Why is there a hint balloon here? What else could you possibly have to say? You're teaching me about wall jumps in level 20-fucking-5?
Yeah, the last Avatar stage. Avatars are also the only characters who can do wall jumps. Sonic cannot.
The last
The last
wall
Airbender?
bender? Ah! Oh yeah, isn't this the level that has the music that make people weep at the knees or something?
I'm not sure if that's the exact phrasing I would use for it, but I do like this song.
I feel
Very
like
webby and good.
I'd like it more if it weren't for the vocals, and that's not even like weep trash. Like no, it's just I don't know. I couldn't even see where I was there.
You could find. I'm gonna see if I can dig them up now, but I'm pretty sure there's instrumental versions of all of these, like on the OST, and those are all pretty good.
Yeah.
Unlike the game they come from.
Da da da.
Peppa Pig.
In his world.
I mean,
where one is all.
Yes.
At least there doesn't seem to be a live system because level design is happening.
Yeah. No, the way that it works, and I actually think this is clever. Every time you die, you lose a little bit more of a life bonus when the stage ends. So if you wanted to get like the best bonus or the best score possible, you just don't want to die at all. But if you die once, there's still a chance you could get your S rank.
You could get your ass rank.
Yeah, basically. And I think that stops counting at 5, which is what Bayonetta always did. So it's just the Bayonetta game. That's cool.
Yeah.
I swear I am not trying to test that theory.
Well, you see it at
Are
the
you
end.
sure?
You're just gonna have 0 in a certain bonus point category thing because you died over 5 times.
Well, it's not my fault the game is terrible.
I didn't say it was. You are 100% valid. However, the game is not.
If not
Oh.
everyone is valid in this place, then you're gonna have a problem. Are these aminals?
Aminals where?
Animals.
That you're-
Sorksing?
Why do they change between a blue thing and a yellow thing? Oh, is that a power-up?
They're all power-ups that are
They're
actually
aliens.
aliens from alternate planets that were mentioned in one game, and then were supposed
Marketing
to stay
happened.
in that one game. Yeah, basically.
Can I just point
actually
out just
sold
how
well.
terrible this platforming section? Wow! This platforming section
This
is terrible because of the
This is
velocity
my favorite
problem.
level if you play it a certain way, but it's just not designed to be played well.
Like this makes me look like I'm playing badly, and I promise you, I'm
the controls.
Yeah, like I was
The way
talking
that-
earlier
Oh,
about
boy.
I was talking earlier about the whole velocity thing of like movement. Like each direction on the control stick. Oh my fucking god! I'm getting bored now. Like
Stomp if you want to stop early. is the
I
only way.
I forget that that's even an option. That's how bad it
Yeah.
is. But yeah, I was talking earlier about how like each of the
breaks
different.
on that too?
Oh my god! Can I get a word in, please? I'm trying to bitch here. Like each direction on the control stick isn't given equal weighting. It's just like
yeah.
Up, down, left, right, forwards, backwards, up your ass with a bottle of rum, etc. Like, none of it, like, it doesn't feel right because every direction is wrong and it feels wrong. And has the game pity removed the giant death laser because it's bad? Oh, no, it's back.
I didn't know it did that.
I don't know if it did.
No, it looks like it was a little bit off screen. Because it was. I think it's just further behind you this time. Like you got through it faster. Although I'm not sure.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I play this level a lot, but I don't think I've run into the same issues you have. Not because they don't exist, but because I have a horrible case of playing the same thing 80 times until I get a feel for it. It's not a good thing.
To reiterate, this is my first time ever playing the game at all in any capacity whatsoever.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like I'm putting in a fairly admirable showing, all things considered.
Yeah, you're doing fine for one of the worst programmed Sonic games. Did I mention why it's so badly programmed, at least from what fans can tell?
Because it was made by a bunch of unpaid interns?
Worse, actually. The
paid interns?
Well, this is the thing. The paid folks who made the game are the same team, mostly, that made Lost World beforehand, and then Generations before that. And
So they've never actually worked on a good Sonic game, then?
Well, they worked on Unleashed, but...
So they've never worked on a good Sonic game, then?
There was somebody in Unleashed's team who left, and ever since then, they haven't been given the time or budget or team size to build a new engine, so they've been building all of their engines on top of the previous engines. Generations is built on Unleashed's engine, Lost World is built on top of Generations, and Forces is built on top of Lost World. Why didn't they just build it on top of Generations? That's a wonderful question. I have no idea. It's like they lost the source code to their older games. Which is terrifying to think about.
What did the Avatar just latch onto, by the way? Just, time to save the world. Pew! Shoots nothing and grapples into the sky.
Probably actually grappled into the sun itself, you know?
And also, Eggman, like, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then just this really long pause of cinematic, like what was he counting down? Because clearly nothing was happening.
I guess he was waiting for Infinite to throw it, but I don't know why he didn't just throw it. Like, I don't know.
Okay, this like Tails' dialogue here as well, further fueling my internal fuego that this is just Tails fanfiction. Like, haha, not only do we win, and I get to have this off-screen totally canon, not canon sexual discovery with Chaos, but also I get to one-up Eggman as a scientist as well as a hero.
That would make Lost World, fanfiction that Tails wrote as well, which frankly is how I see it. So
Repressed boyo, he's like Alex. Oh yes, Daddy, put your puppet strings into me. I never actually got to that point in Lost World because I sort of gave up during Frozen Factory because the gyro controls just don't exist in that game.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mortar Canyon, your reputation precedes you.
Yeah. So remember, while you're playing through this, that this is the final Sonic stage in the game. Or at least the final stage where you just play as Sonic. And, yeah, this could have been good. This could have been very good. It feels super intense.
What the fuck is this perspective? I don't know what's going on. Okay, we'll just have this really long chain of homing attacks instead of level design.
Yeah.
We'll just keep doing this for a few years.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now I'm reminding all of us, except all of us are reminding me of those videos of the person who just takes a load of animations of Pokemon in Pokemon Go and just like dubs the word "yas" over their mouth movements. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, basically.
Yas.
Isn't it great how like running straight forward skips half the level?
Yeah.
This is the most hold forward to win I've ever seen any game.
Like, I'm literally playing this level thinking, wow, there sure is a level nearby.
Yeah.
Not here, but nearby.
And said level is barely interacted with at all. Even when you're trying to.
Like, this looks
even though there's geometry there.
Like, this is like the background. Why did I, what was it? Okay. Yeah, 89 seconds for a blind run.
Yep, this is a level you can do sub 1 minute if you want to, and
I don't.
There's barely any difficulty there. There's barely any level there. Did you feel challenged at all, Tess? Because I certainly didn't going through this. Why is this one of the last levels of the game?
And why did I just now get an achievement for use a homing attack in a Sonic stage? I've been doing it this whole fucking time?
They only unlock maybe 4 missions at a time, so if you're going out of your way to do those missions, then you should have done it by now. But if not, then you must have just accidentally done all the things that they wanted, like use 5 wisp powers, and that had to happen before you did a homing attack.
I really wanted to like this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Is stage 27 the last one? I feel like it should go up to 30.
Yeah, 30 would be a good number.
Would be.
Does it go up to 27? I can't remember. It's been a while since I last played.
Played what?
Played Sonic Forces.
Oh, yeah, no, it goes higher than this. Don't worry, Tess.
Okay. Because, like, the temptation is very strong for me to get to the final boss and then just not do it.
No, I can give you some warning. I think you'll know exactly when it's the final boss.
I remember what the stage looks like because of you. Specifically because of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. My rage and frustration with this game has preceded me, I see.
See, with me, I'm not even angry. I'm just disappointed.
Like, I wasn't even that mad. It was just the most frustrating fight I've ever been in any Sonic game. Mainly because of how it was programmed. And it was the moment that all of the, yeah, I can see why people might like this. I can see why people might be frustrated, but there's some redeeming qualities here. Just gave away to pure, no, this game is shit. Why did I think there was anything good about this game? This game is awful. Like, just flicked over from part 6 to part 7. I hate that. It's not a good game.
Yeah.
By the way, this is just versus Metal Sonic Part 2.
Yeah, I noticed.
I don't like this.
Here's red cubes that will send you to a land of suffering if you don't just boost right through them.
Yeah.
See, I love the Sonic series with all my heart. It's a big sort of formative part of my personal background and everything. It's a big part of why I'm furry, for that matter. And it's not been good for a long time.
Well, it's not the Sonic series anymore. As far as I'm concerned, Sonic's last game was over a decade ago.
Yeah.
Now we've got Sonic and the Will-O'-the-Wisps to appreciate as its own series. It's a little more Saturday morning cartoon, but...
Oh, you've reminded me of something else.
What?
I don't remember if it was Blind Forest or Will-O'-the-Wisps, but either way, it was a spubby of one of the Ori and games, but then... Ah! Okay.
Did it feature spoilers? Because, like...
Hang on. My screen went black, and I think that coincided with the game also going black, so I don't know how much I missed just there. But anyway, what it was a spubby where they'd taken the title of the game and rearranged the letters, and now it says Ori and the Piss Fetish. That's all.
I mean... I'm not going to comment on that. You know, you actually designed a character who looks great next to Sonic. Just looks like a girl, but like other than that,
Excuse
it's a
me.
very good character to stand next to Sonic. Huh?
Once again, assigned at birth, that is all.
The Persona mask doesn't come off.
Oh, okay. I guess we're in hell now. Oh, okay. I guess we're still in hell.
Yeah. I'm not so big on this.
It's all right, but it feels like the 3 Infinite fights have been like in decreasing order of difficulty. Like the first one was the hardest, and even then, it wasn't.
It was a really good first fight against Infinite, and now I have no idea why they bothered having boss fights at all in this game. Like, if I may be so bold as to say.
Like this was like Infinite is such a waste of a really good idea for a villain. Cause like Weebin knew he's like super insecure and shit, and like I am not weak and all that stuff.
Uh-huh. Have you played the Shadow bit yet, or no? You're still
Not
holding
yet.
off on that?
Yeah, I've not actually seen where I would even access that anyway, so that's a big old no.
It might be DLC. I don't know.
But like Infinite being this so like self-effacing villain. And, like, I know his backstory. I know his birth name is Zero, which is a brilliant name to give to a child. And, like...
That's what, the third Zero in Sonic?
Who was the second?
Hang on. No, I'm getting it confused with the Mega Man character. Never mind.
Okay. So, like, it's a cool idea. And, like, the idea that... I don't remember if they actually do this, because this seems like it would be too good writing for this game. But if, like, they defeat him, a skirt, or possibly a kill. If the big way of winning is turning the Phantom Ruby against him and trapping him in his own hellscape of self-induced anxiety hallucinations, that would be a good way of defeating him, because he has many of them. That's his character trait. And that's such a cool idea. This is something that could be so very well explored, and it just isn't.
Impossible.
Yeah, just about. That's the whole game. Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
Our test talk.
Our test talk.
Sam's Nutter Nail.
I am just an absolute mess.
Oh, worm. Same hat.
Well, I mean, bit of a rubbish day at work, but then it's where I work. We knew it was gonna suck. And now, like, just preparations to move everything over to the new house. And
Is it a full house, or is it a flat, or is it like a mansion, a caravan?
That's what I'm here for.
No, we're moving Heather into the caravan.
Its exhaust is udders.
Yeah. It, like, the thing is that the outside of it looks like a house, but it's sort of like you open the front door and then there's stairs which leads up to a flat. So it's like a flat inside a house shell kind of thing.
In the same way that I am a husk inside a human shell. What?
I know what I'm trying to say. I'll send you guys pictures once everything's all nice and organized and yet.
Do you have a bonus bog?
We do not have a bonus bog.
That's okay, we have 3.
I know you do. I've been to your house. You act like this is surprising, Heather. We live in the same country.
Oh, I know. It's just the way that it was phrased.
Well, I mean, living in the same country would mean a lot less in some countries that are...
You live in the country where 100 years is a long time. We live in the country where 100 miles is a long way.
I actually really like that. That's a nice distinction.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even think to do what I just did until just now, and I would not have thought to do it at all had I not played, like, any other Sonic game ever.
Funny how that, like, is entirely reliant on your knowledge of Sonics 1 and 3. For some reason...
Did you say 1 and 3? Not even 1 through 3, but just 1 and 3. Because,
well,
I mean,
where are the wheels in 2?
Well, no, I mean, you're entirely right. It just... I was thinking, like, the only thing that you're enriched knowing too is the bubbly boop tubes in Chemical Plant, and that's it. Oh, and that one bit where they just stole an entire section of Chemical Plant verbatim, in as much of an extent as you could consider level design to be word for word.
Yeah. I mean, at least it made sense in Generations. Here, it's like, why?
Bad velocity. I tripped over an edge.
By the way,
the edge.
Tess, how do you feel about auto-scrolling in a Sonic game?
Redundant.
No.
When was the last time we got this? Was it Bridge Zone? Was it all the way back in Bridge Zone? Are you feeling nostalgic for Bridge Zone yet?
Of all the things to reference, and they're not even referencing it.
Yeah, they're just thinking that auto-scrolling is okay.
Like
if not even for any reason.
If your controls were like sufficiently tight and punchy, then maybe. But again, Chief, this ain't it. And I don't even talk like that.
I don't know what they were thinking with this game.
That gives them too much credit. I don't think they were thinking.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll be honest, everything I like about this game is honestly something I believe is entirely accidental. If I met the writers and was like, hey, so I really like the symbolism of Sonic being an inspiration to everyone else while he doesn't actually save the day himself, they'd be like, oh no, we wrote it so Sonic would save the day. What? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's way more boring then. And then, oh, I really like level designers. I really like how you did this thing in this stage. Oh, we didn't do that. We just wanted to give the avatar a bunch of different powers. And then we couldn't figure out how to let you do more than one at a time. That would be too hard to program. Like, I get the impression that this is that level of just we weren't thinking, but it ended up okay sometimes.
Did it though?
I like 30% of this game when I'm in a specific mood for it. I guess that counts, right?
I mean, has anyone been far even just decided go to use Do Look Want More Like?
Have you ever had a dreams?
I had a dream.
Your hand hook corridor.
A dream as beautiful as it was extreme. Ravioli, but the filling was beans. Oh, okay, I died. Okay, I died forever, bye, thank you.
Oh, did you die? Yeah. They did the same thing in Green Hill, and I don't know why they keep doing it. This idea of, like, we need a set piece, so you specifically need to hit the dash pad. It's so weird. I don't like this game.
Yeah, that's something else that I have beef with that I was going to mention earlier, and then I forgot because there's so many other things that we were also complaining about equally validly. Is that, like, you know, there certainly were set pieces in other games of the Sonic canon, you know, that there are moments that are evidently set pieces where control is wrested away from you for the sake of a cinematic moment, and that's fine. But in this one, it's really not telegraphed where those moments are, where they start, where they end. So, like, you could just straight up just fuck up a jump because it's not obvious that control's been given back to you at that point.
Remember when set piece in Sonic didn't even mean you lost control? It meant that the game, like, expected you to just hold in one direction for a bit. Like, if you push nothing in the chase set pieces in the adventure games, you're not beating the level. The thing chasing you is going to kill you. You have to push down and occasionally try to steer into certain, like, ring boxes and stuff. Like, the first time there was ever a don't push anything or you'll die bit was, oh geez, 06, I think.
Any of the boost sections in 06, perhaps, yes.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that explains a lot.
It's so weird that they changed it from these are bits where there's less control to show you something cooler to this is the part where we didn't know how else to make things cool than to make sure you couldn't play them. And that implies that the game that they're making isn't cool enough on its own.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating.
Which
I mean is absolutely the case here, but...
I will add that, like, for the most part it's fine, but, like, the whole mentality of set pieces and whatnot is, like, that was so ingrained into me that, like, it was literal decades before I realized you had any agency whatsoever over the bungee cord section of Green Forest in Sonic Adventure 2. I just thought, oh, there's a balloon down there, how the fuck do I get it? To this day, I could not tell you which button you're supposed to hold to actually get it, and I feel like if you hold it down too much, then you'll fall into the water and die.
You don't fall into the water, but if you hit the balloon, there's a split second while the balloon is turning transparent, we can see spikes underneath it. So if you keep holding A, you'll hit the spikes.
And then fall off the thing?
There's no way to tell that. No, actually, you don't fall off the thing at all. You just take damage and then fling back up.
So it's actually nowhere near as dangerous as I thought.
Yeah, no, it feels like the alligator section in Lost Jungle. It's actually just hold down the button all the way and you'll just take some damage. You'll lose all your rings. Unless you have a shield. And you should have a shield by then. There's lightning shields all over the place in that stage right beforehand, so... I miss those days. I mean, like, I keep talking about, like, the mid-noughties as, like, the era for Sonic as far as I'm concerned, and now this is what the games are. Sonic Lost World had a lot of bits where you could just put the controller down for half a minute. There were a couple parts like that in Shadow, I think, where you could just stick the controller down and not touch anything, and the game would just play.
I will say, Shadow the Hedgehog was the last good Sonic adventure.
My bias to Unleashed says that I love it, but like I get it. I 100% get it.
I will play it eventually in some capacity. I just wanted to pick something to stream this evening that would be quick to set up.
No, I get that. I get that. Wait, do you have Unleashed HD?
Define.
Unleashed for the PS3 and or 360?
Yes. I think the 360 one?
Okay, well that's what I consider to be the best version, so there you go. The best version currently. Still waiting on that PC release, Sega. So, yeah. I would recommend getting the DLC for it if you enjoy your experience partially, because the DLC is the best stages, but like that's
thing
me
is,
being the
like
fan
Unleashed
of it.
Unleashed for me is like over the line when they stopped knowing how to actually make games that taste. Because
I get it. Unleashed is a fluke that actually ended up really good, and then it got very badly.
I'm sorry,
banned.
was that a fucking insta-kill?
Yeah.
So here's a thing that you can't see coming. Good luck!
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like this game.
If you do, there's something wrong with you. Oh, this is just if terminal velocity actually got a level.
Yeah, basically this is just terminal velocity.
Oh, boo! I didn't even enjoy terminal velocity.
Yeah, well, I just kind of wish it was an actual stage where you're falling, like the name implies.
Now that makes too much sense.
This looks actually, the more I see of this, the more I think it's just, oh no, I'm already gonna forget the name of it. Final Egg. This just looks like Final Egg to me. The shaft that you called out.
Shaft. Shaft! Ah! Good, I'm glad.
The universe?
Oh my god, it's fucking, we've gone to fucking Mirror in it's the Moonlight Museum, it's not called that, what's it? Maze of Memories, that's where we are now.
This doesn't feel like a Sonic game anymore, but it feels like something.
Am I supposed to be doing something a bit more obvious than just whip it real good?
Whip.
Well, that's dumb.
It's been lovely, but I am starting to lose focus as
bold of you to assume
as happens with long voice.
I can appreciate that.
Valid.
Oh, and
mostly I slept weird last night, so I feel like I am falling asleep, and I don't want to like.
I mean,
it's not because of you.
It could be worse. I seem to recall there being one time where I was talking to. I think it would. This might have been in the Skype days, but basically everything was fine, and then Heather fell asleep, and then she like sleep messaged me saying "Ro, fight the power."
Yep.
That's really good.
I woke up for like 3. That was the period where I actually had a laptop that I took to bed with me. So sometimes I would fall asleep with the laptop on me. It would fall over, and half asleep, I would start typing shit out. It was bad.
That's really good. That's incredible. But yes, thank you for showing me this
Disaster?
wonderful videos game.
Disaster Gaze, the game.
You have a deeper bow than Sonic. Sonic is more arrogant.
And hey, I finally got a top hat.
Sonic respects you less.
Sonic doesn't respect anybody.
Have a
And yet
good
he
sleep,
bows.
Joe.
Snooze, thank you very much.
Snooze goodly.
Have a good... Yes.
Enjoy.
Good
Thanks
rest
for
of your
joining.
stream. Bye.
It's been good having you.
Yee! I
This is
did
where we're
just
ending the
change
stream anyway, right, Tess? Why would you watch the final boss? I say watch, not play, because...
That's the
I'm
thing.
gonna say I changed my Discord name to Ro Fight the Power.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I don't actually want to fight the final boss. I'm just going to call the stream here. It's been 3 hours, I've played enough of the game.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Valid!
Well, this was Sonic Forces.
Just watch my video again, Tess, if you really need to know why this boss is terrible.
I remember it sucking, that's all I remember. So I'll put a link in the end card. Wait. Wait, no. Wait. Yes. Because I could have an end card thing that's like here's Laura, here's Joff, here's Heather, and then here's the featured video of the day. It's the sponsored wrong answer of the game.
Aw, and it's just Austin being super angry about a video game. I'm touched.
Oh.
Wait, who?
This was fucking something.
That was a time.
Yeah. Note that the stream is still going, by the way, so don't say anything you might regret.
Okay.
Dicks.
Pineapple.
Fingerprints?
How do we link all three of these things?
No, fingerprints. I don't think so.
Think so.
Yes!
Yeah! And I watched Animaniacs too.
I've watched half the reboot. I actually kind of enjoyed it. Kind of.
I'd like it more, but then, like, before I got around to actually seeing any of it, I saw that, like, apparently there's some joke there at the expense of Johnny Depp, and, like, the man suffered enough, damn. Seemed like a really low blow.
I mean, like, they take jokes at the expense of everyone, so an individual joke like that doesn't bother me. The reason I would say you're totally justified in not watching the new show is that the original director was not even contacted, so however good it is, it's still not his vision anymore.
Dick move.
Yeah.
They brought back all the voice actors, but he found out that there was even going to be a reboot show when everyone else was like, hey, I'm surprised you turned down the director's chair. And he was like, I didn't. What director's chair?
Yeah, we had that in the UK, except specifically with The Voice, because one of the judges on that is Tom Jones, the legendary master singer, and there was one season where they just didn't bring him back, and he was like, well, I didn't even know they were going to make another series.
Yeah, wow.
Anyway, live streams happened.
Yes, it did.
Oh yeah, I finally caught Necrozma in Pokemon Sword as well, by the way. So just throwing that out there.
Hooray.
I would stick that onto the end of this stream, but actually I'm just going to record the footage and put it in the next episode of S.H.I.E.L.D., whenever that is. Tess.
Yeah, Tess.
Yeah.
I mean,
no rush. No rush apart from Sonic Rush.
Did you seriously lose that badly to me that you forgot how to Vigima game?
I mean, judging by tonight, I think the Vigima games forgot how to Vigima game.
Yeah, that's confirmed. Can confirm.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I should probably end the stream because I need to do my daily Russian, because I'm up to a 99-day streak, and Duo the Owl is going to bust my kneecaps if I don't make it 100.
Fair enough. I mean, I haven't done my daily Spanish of the day, but...
Then how will you ever find out if the person you're talking to actually does tiene condones?
Sí, aquí tienes?
Oh. Why do I have them?
I thought that was, yes, here you are. Like, I was giving them to you. I don't know. I don't know why you'd need them, but...
Yeah, no, soy y estoy asexual.
Yo hablo un poco de español.
Yo no sé.
No me es una miqueta de catalán.
Y de vez en cuando.
Ya umeo говорить по-русски?
Yo no sé.
Voy a quedarme.
Oh, this seems like a fitting ending to this stream. I'm gonna hit the end stream button now. Good night, everybody.
Bye.